Alright, and now we can start running Yakuza 0. Alright, so, those who haven't seen it, there's actually more speed tech than that, actually in the run. Zero has probably, like, outside of the fact that Kiwami has, like, constant speed tech in its fights, Zero probably has, alongside 5, the most speed tech in a Yakuza run. And it's actually pretty impressive. So, let's get going. 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I would say it's impressive. I found most of it. I remember the days where I found it all, and I was very, very happy. So, we'll see. We will see. Hoxie's completely right. That's the only reason that we found out about this was because it was the first run that I'd reset in literally like 2-3 years. And no other runner had reset either. I'll explain it when we get there, because there's a fair bit before that. At one point we thought it had to do with Shakedown, and thank God it wasn't. If it had to deal with the big lads RNG, that would have been horrific in terms of a run. Because ironically enough, we did originally think it was to do with Shakedown. Thankfully it's not. Because actually, fun fact, I can describe this because you won't get to see it in a run. Yakuza 0 has a known out of bounds. Right here, chapter 1, you can go out of bounds. You can't do anything with it. I'll show it off later when the run's over. And the only way you can go out of bounds is with Shakedown. I hate this tutorial. I remember how much I actually loathe this tutorial. Trying to get people lined up for this is like the fucking worst. I hate this. So I'd like as few aggroed enemies as possible. 2 ain't great. Thanks for hitting me so I can count on this guy. Nice double blow. Do you mind? If you miss a hit, you have to follow up with the full combo. If you just... I have to follow up with that. If you only hit... if you hit 3 times, the quickest way to deal with these enemies at the start is 3 light into strong. If you miss a hit, then you need to follow up with a 4th. And obviously, as you saw, you can't do it with just the 4th and the strong attack. Most of your damage at the start comes from your strong attacks. Also, Yakuza 0, old engine stamina. It's really shit. You run out very, very quickly. We'll say Koozai, you're doing well. Yeah, the Shakedown out of bounds, it's a shame it's useless. There's actually... You can go out of bounds in both 0 and K1, and both times, unfortunately, we don't have a use for it. The game is very, very good at keeping you on its actual path that it wants you to follow. And fun fact, the first map trigger that you get that is in Theatre Square, you can go up to it when you go out of bounds in the first chapter via Shakedown. But here's the thing. It doesn't exist. It's actually fake. It actually disappears as soon as you get to it. So, it's not a real map marker, funnily enough. The K1 is the same. You can break out of the, when you're getting the ring back, and you see the guy on the floor, at the vending machine, the guy who takes the ring, you can actually push yourselves out of bound on him, and then you can go out of the barrier that isn't supposed to allow you to get to, like, Theatre Square and stuff like that. Because here's the thing, if you've ever looked at the map in Kiwami, the illusion at the start shows that the map is the same map from 0. So you can see that there's the empty lot instead of the Millennium Tower. But here's the thing, the actual map itself is the new map. It's not Zero's at all. So the empty lot doesn't actually exist, despite the fact that the minimap says it does. You can literally get over there and just find out, you know, that it doesn't exist. So it's all an illusion of choice to make, or it's all an illusion to make you think that, you know, you're still in the old Yakuza 0 map before they made the Millennium Tower, when actually you're in the new Kamurocho map already, or the default one that's in every other game. So yeah, if I've had sprint, that'd be nice. It's an interesting little illusion. That's because in the old engine games, you can only skip certain cutscenes. This is the reason as to why Yakuza 5 is such a long speedrun, is that with all the PS3 runs, 3, 4, and 5, the only skippable cutscenes are the ones that are CG. So you can't actually skip most of them, which is a shame. But you'll see in a second there are some that we can skip. Unfortunately, there are also certain minigames we can skip. Yep. We found this out because of, would you believe it, Yakuza Dead Souls. Yakuza Dead Souls was the first place we realized, wait, you can skip stuff in minigames, because quite early on in Yakuza Dead Souls, you have to go with Gary to do Gary's boot camp, and you can straight up skip it. I found that out a very, very long time ago, and ever since then, we have been trying to skip every minigame since, and unfortunately, there is only one minigame that has been consistently skippable across the entire series, and it's karaoke. See, golf and baseball in Yakuza 3 are unskippable, but in every iteration where you are forced to do karaoke, like with Yakuza 0, you can skip that version. You can skip karaoke every time, which sucks. Massively, massively sucks. One day we will have mandatory karaoke. One day. I'm kind of hoping that the dance stuff they showed for Lost Judgment is mandatory, because yes please, I want that in my speedrun, thank you. Okay, so first reset point is over. This is the first reset point, this crossroads right there, or past the first tutorial, that's the first reset point. Reason being is that it's a very, very rare chance to get a fight spawn there. It's like a 10% chance or something to get a fight spawn there. And it's even lower of a chance to have it facing towards you, which is the bad one because you can't avoid it. Virtua Fighter 5 announcement. I'm excited for those who've been waiting for a new Virtua Fighter. I've never been into Virtua Fighter, and my problem is that every time I try and get into fighting games, I never stick with them long enough. I really adore them. Like the last one that I tried to get into properly was Fighter Z. Fucking loved it. I just didn't stick with it, so, yeah. Minigame forced in the story like can creator is. I could see it, considering what stuff is mandatory in Judgment. So, say hello to the big reset point of the run. We call this piece of shit, neither of these two, the guy in the red shirt, we call this giant piece of shit Bruno. Hello, Bruno. It's been a while. How you doing, old friend? Bruno is an asshole. Pure and simple. So here's the thing. With Bruno, the quickest way to deal with most tutorial enemies in this game is a heat attack. Heat attacks against tutorial enemies in this game actually do 2 to 3 times extra damage than they're supposed to. Which is also true for Bruno. Here's the thing about Bruno. The man does not like laying down, and we have to stay in rush for this tutorial. Which means we have 2 heat moves available to us. 1, we stun them or break their guard. You aren't allowed to have Bruno too close to a wall to be able to do that heat move. 2, the ground-based heat move. Now, Bruno doesn't like staying on the ground, so we have to trick Bruno's AI into not getting up off the ground straight away, which means we have to knock him into a wall. Which sounds a lot easier than it actually is, because Bruno doesn't like playing nice. And he really does not like playing nice. So, we're going to go into this corner, because you can see it's a lot quicker. And Bruno's going to be an arse already. You don't want him to face the front like that, because he just guards. That's the one you could do the heat attack off, but yeah, we got a bad Bruno, of course. This will not have him stay on the ground. It won't even have him go down. Really? That doesn't work? Wow, this is a terrible Bruno. So here's the problem. Here's the problem with Bruno. The second that he goes on the ground, he will automatically stand up. Unless you knock him into something, or as you saw there, I hit him on the ground quick enough that he decided not to stand up. Bruno is a massive pain in the backside. As I said, new route, I don't care that it's a bad Bruno. That is a reset Bruno any day of the week. That is a terrible Bruno. I don't care. You can't phase me today, Bruno.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we were all expecting the Sonic announcements for a while. It's nice that they've confirmed them. It's nice that they've confirmed them before E3. I kind of like that, you know. We're actually going to get to see them pre-E3, so we kind of know, you know, oh, we'll be seeing gameplay of this, that, etc. So if there is like a 30th anniversary Sonic game coming up, then that'll be pretty cool. You know, it won't leak like certain other things. Cough. Square Enix. Yes. Yeah, what's his face? I think the Dragon Quest series director hinted exceptionally heavily that Dragon Quest 12 is going to be announced, which I still haven't played Dragon Quest 11 yet. I adored 8 on the PS2, loved the DS ones as well, so I just have to do 11 when I have some free time. Shall I didn't connect with you there either. Stay there. Oh, yes. But I do like a bit of Dragon Quest, I do. So I'm gonna heat attack this guy here. It's gonna hopefully push the other two together and fear them so that I can take them both out in the same combo. Perfect. So because I missed a hit, I have to do an extra follow-up there. Oh, come on. Keep forgetting you have to wait with Kiryu here. Builders free? It wouldn't surprise me to see that announced either. I could see a couple of things being announced. Listen, if we're getting spin-off stuff announced, can I get a Dragon Quest Theatre Rhythm 2? In fact, Square Enix, can I get another Final Fantasy Theatre Rhythm? Thank you. Hell, just give me Square Enix Theatre Rhythm. Final Fantasy, Dragon Quests, and Parasite Eve. Come on. That'll be the good shit. That'll be the very good shit. That'd be the very, very good shit. Has 12 symbols on it? Yeah, they've been heavily hitting it. Theatre Rhythm, yeah. Theatre Rhythm was so damn good. Can I trigger remake? Honestly, I would love to see it just like... I'd love to see like it ported to, like, say, the Switch and stuff like that, and Steam, etc. Wait, did it come out on Steam? I can't remember. So I know some of the mobile Final Fantasy, like, 6 and stuff came out on Steam. Chrono Trigger needs to be more readily available. Either way, in terms of the actual run, we're going to go into this Popo early. We're going to need 5 pieces of alcohol before the next chapter. Now, the reason why we want to come in here and speak to her now is that in the next chapter, this lady here is going to become a friend event. You've got one more opportunity in the next chapter if you mistakenly don't speak to her here. But you want to speak to her before a certain part of the story that I'll point out. Otherwise, she is going to cost you a good, like, 20-30 seconds of extra dialogue. So, doing her now is much better than waiting, like, an entire chapter. Right. So, as I said, Chapter 1 is pretty much the only chapter in the entire run that's not different in any way anymore. I always sucked at the Koozai fight in this chapter, so I'm going to probably suck ass here. Perhaps if that doesn't suck, staring at you the 3rd birthday. So the problem with the 3rd birthday...
My name is... Wow! My name is... Yes! My name is... Kongo desu!
Argek, thank you for the host. We're just talking Parasite Eve and Square Enix. Hope you're doing well tonight. So the reason why 3rd birthday sucked is because it wasn't a Parasite Eve game. They actually lost the license, which is a shame. They just lost the license after Parasite Eve 2. Is that gonna kill you, Nader? It's not, is it? No. I'd like to kill Yoneda with a heat move so that I have enough money going into chapter 10. So I need to actually take care of him with a heat move, which is a problem because he's a pain. Good. When you finish enemies with like heat attacks and stuff like that, you get more money. I assume this is still the same. I didn't actually check. I'm fairly certain it is because it's only what, 1 million? Yeah. Should be fine. I hate this part with aggroed enemies. If you got any aggroed enemies, take care of them as fast as possible. Honestly, you can just use normal attacks here. I'm just using this over just to spread a bit. Oh, you really weak. Damn it, I pushed him away from the door, that sucks. You want to keep him near the door because then you can hopefully take care of these two in a single attack. Good. Yeah, hopefully everybody from Argix is doing well. Hopefully you had a good stream, Argix. This is the first time that I've done a Yakuza run in 3 months, and we have a brand new route and a load remover. Oh, hell. Yaneda is being Yaneda again. Yeah, the author wasn't happy after Parasite Eve 2. That's why they lost the license. So here, intentionally, you want to run forward here. By spawning in Yaneda and doing this QT, it's going to spawn in the next 3 enemies. Once you're done with all the enemies in this area, it's going to teleport us forward. So that's why you want to spawn them early. And then we're just going to walk back here. Because as you can see on the stairs, they're already here. Like, they'll just come down to us. Now, hopefully, they'll get together. Oh, almost. Almost beautiful. Almost. So that's basically what you want to do there to make things speed up a little bit. You know, I missed Bruno and Yaneda. No, I didn't. I really didn't. And they're still not changed in the run. Again with your shenanigans and blocking my stuff. And it's definitely, I want it to be about 2 million more off at this point. So I think I'm gonna be a bit low come chapter 10, which is fine. Okay, that's not the direction I wanted to go in, but sure. It's just been a long time since I've done Zero. I'm not focused too much on PB because with the load remover, technically it's going to be PB no matter what. So. But yeah, Parasite Eve with the games, I'd kill for a new theater rhythm game, just in general. Like, you could pull from so many Square Enix things: Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Quest, Parasite Eve. Like, I mean, Square Enix have a very massive library that they could pick from. Right, this is the satisfying Yaneda. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Grab the Yaneda, bring him over here, smack him in the center. Easy peasy. Yeah, a whole bunch of new announcements. Sega's been killing it today. Hey, Sonic. Very, very excited to see what's going to happen there. New Virtua Fighter as well after all this time. It's good stuff. Being made in the Dragon Engine, RGG's Dragon Engine. Could be quite cool. Could also feature Beyblades. Who knows? I tried the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. Not yet, no. I need to. Let me see if I can do Koozai a bit better this time. I've not done this Koozai fight properly in a very, very long time. I don't like my time coming into this fight. Bruno did me a number again. Do not like that, man. Koozai. Not great. Very not great. So you got Koozai. Make sure you don't hammer the button here because you will always hit the QT around the D of Daisaku, so you know when it's gonna go off. Break his guard so I can keep attacking him. Should be good enough. Koozai. Koozai, not great. Not great. It's fine. It's fine. I should be getting sub 19 minutes on this fight, honestly. So. Cool. Hey, auto-explore works. Am I seeing gold? I haven't done this run in 3 months, by the way. Alright, so, beginning with Chapter 2, this is where things are going to start to change from the old route. Not quite yet, but in a little bit. What we're going to do is we are intentionally going to be going down here. If you did not use the Popo in Chapter 1, now is your final time. Please no fight spawn. Nope, I see it. Good. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. So you have to use the Popo now. If you do not use the Popo now, then you are going to run into her being a friendship event. Reason being that once we go and hit this cutscene, you aren't going to be able to access the Popo again until we do a specific story event. And once that specific story event is done, every single or all the available sub-stories and friendship events are going to spawn on the map. Man, I got to remember Zero's tacti list and the sub-stories. Damn. Eee. I had such a bad Bruno as well. And a bad Yoneda. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know what's happening at all anymore. Also loadless gold though. Yeah, that's true. I mean it does in that regards. We're also using this as a good test buffer to see how the load remover is for Zero. A couple of other runners are gonna do load remover runs as well. We've also got the same with Kiwami, where myself, Big No-No, and Doll at the very least are all going to do runs of Kiwami with the load remover. So expect a Kiwami run tomorrow with the load remover for that to make sure everything's fine. Say hello to Shakedown. He is our walking raid boss in this game. Here's the fun fact. You can win this opening fight. You don't want to. I'm going to intentionally let him chuck me over. And do it again. So when your HP gets to a certain threshold, the fight's just going to stop. And this way, we won't make it so that he over damages us and gives us slowdown on our death. This way, it just quick transitions out of the fight. Now, unlike K1's raid boss, we don't actually get any bonuses for beating Shakedown the first time, and we don't actually lose our money either because this is technically a tutorial. This guy always takes ages to go through his dialogue, I don't know why. So, with this, we're now going to be going home, and then we're going to get to one part of Yakuza 0 that is a little bit obtuse. I love Yakuza 0, but I could give it some much-needed criticism in places. This is one of the places I would give it a little bit of criticism. When we go back to our place and we come back, the game's not going to tell us where to go. You're supposed to talk to a specific set of NPCs who tell you to go to a different place and then tell you to come back here. But you also don't need to do that. Aha! This is the very first time Shakedown can actually spawn on the map. I see that he has missed me as well, and that sets the tone for this run. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, on average, in a Yakuza 0 run, you're only supposed to see Shakedown about twice. That's the very earliest you can ever see him, so, one. And we have, you know, 3 hours to go. The nice thing is, you don't actually have to deal with Shakedown in the last hour to an hour and a half-ish of the run. For reasons that I'll get into when we get there. So this is the obscure bit. Before we go into more detail, we're going to go into the M store right here. If you see the two NPCs ahead of us, just before the crossroads there, the guy in the orange-ish and the green, they're the ones you're supposed to speak to. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to speak to this guy. We're going to get 2 items here. We're going to get the confectionery gift box and the sake. Both of which you can only get here. The confectionery gift box is for chapter 5. The sake is for this chapter. We're going to ignore them, despite the fact that they are the story. And we're going to head down here, because we can go straight over and do the next story beat. Which is quite nice. I'm holding my stamina in case there's a fight spawn to my right here, which there is not. Lovely. Good. There's probably one around the corner, but it's not going to matter. We're going to get into the cutscene before it will even get to us. Oh boy. It's not going to get featured as prominently in the new route, but it is still going to be our greatest strength. This is Kiryu's second revelation, his final style that we learn in the run, and the most broken style in the entire game. Welcome to Beast. Beast has the ability to automatically pick up weapons, which you'll see in a second. Take a look at this move coming up here. This is the final move that we'll be getting in the run. This is called Essence of the Beast Torment. This is one of the strongest moves you can get in the entire game, and is also the entire basis for the final boss fight, as you will see. We came up with some very, very, very good strats using Essence of the Beast Torment for the final boss, getting to specific HP thresholds. I was very proud of those strats I came up with. Very, very proud of those strats, actually. So as with all the new styles, we are going to get a tutorial, and we're going to have to go through the tutorial. So,
yeah. Oi.
with our first tutorial, we are going to get tutorialized on using weapons automatically. Now, you have to use a new weapon each time, so we do have to drop it. I said drop it, Kiri. With the last one, I'm going to intentionally aim at the enemy and throw it. I'm hoping 1 or 2 aggro. Nice, that's a good triple hit. By aggroing, the enemies are more likely to hit you a lot earlier. That's actually pretty good. So, going into our abilities, we're going to get Power Surge 1. Heat Retention Damage 1 because it's on the way. And then we're going to get the thing that makes Beast so stupidly broken. The Golden Fist. This boosts the power of your damage when your heat bar is at least 2nd or 3rd bar. Here we're just going to be using light attacks to take care of the enemies. You have to use light attacks. That way it will fill up your bar all the way to full. That may not have looked that impressive. Just wait. With these strats that I am doing here, you can take these strats and go straight into legend difficulty. I'm not even joking. That is the basis for our legend strats. It is exactly the same as our easy strats, although maybe not with the new round. Beast is stupidly broken with Golden Fist. And I mean stupidly broken, as you will find out. So, allow me to demonstrate. We're here looking for information on Tachibana real estate. Tachibana helped us out after the events of Chapter 1. Provided this guy doesn't dodge, which he did. Watch this guy's HP bar in the bottom right. Yeah. So we want to finish the fight in that specific way. Every time that you finish a fight in specific ways, like either fast, heat attack, no damage, etc., they give you different multipliers for how much money you get after the fight, which is going to be our basis for obviously leveling up our abilities, but also for a lot of our new routes, because we need money. So, here is where the route changes. So, instead of going to the building with the homeless guys, we're going this way. And this is where I have to be careful, because I don't know where my subsidiaries are anymore. So, we're going to be heading along here, and we're actually going to be going into the alleyway, where the empty lot is. And we're actually specifically going to do a sub-story. What? This one. The password. Now, the nice thing is we don't have to remember the password in the PC version. So. Thanks, Tap. Appreciate it. So, we're going to start this sub-story and carry it on. He's not going to let us buy from him. This guy's going to run off. This is why I will never be able to gold on this split, is because literally this is going to cause our chapter 2 to be longer than my gold possibly is. We're going to go up here and we're going to go speak to the guy who was just buying stuff off that map.
Oi.
He's going to give us the once-over. Tell me the password. Wants us to do a job for him. Go do that job in a bit. For now, we're going to carry on with the story. So that's the first part of the new route. The first part. Far from over. Far from over. Risky route? I assume the risky route is the top route, right? I assume it's the going up via the north part of the alleyway. Okay, So that's Oda. We're going to go meet Oda in a second. Go down immediately after the bottom fight. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that road has so many more bloody fight spawns on it. It's definitely faster though. But that scares me. that definitely scares me. So we're gonna get to the horrible part of chapter 2. There are certain dangerous parts that we are aware of in this run for fight spawns. This is one of them. This is the Vincent Crossroads. I loathe the Vincent Crossroads every fibre of my being. There's the fight spawn there. You can see I'm holding my stamina for a second, so I can build up enough of it to be able to run past these guys and give myself enough space. That is thankfully one of the nicer fight spawns. You can have that fight spawn be walking towards you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You've got to go down and around and go the long way, and it sucks. So we're going to go to Pink Street. I have forgotten my Yakuza 0 taxi list. Knew it would happen. Knew it would happen. And we're going to get our last 2 pieces of alcohol. Now, the fun fact about the last 2 pieces of alcohol, there are 2 ways to get both of the last pieces of this alcohol. One, the shop, which, you know, you just go in the shop, you buy Scotch whiskey, and we're going to Don Quixote, and we're going to go buy some champagne. The other method is the dream machines. In the 10,000 yen dream machine, you can get the champagne, it's a 1 in 16 chance, and in the 1 million yen dream machine, you can get the Scotch whiskey, and it is a 1 in 13 chance. That is going to mess with your money for later in the new route, but also you will lose 10 seconds if you don't get it first time. Now, there are 2 different pieces of champagne in Don Quixote. There's normal champagne and there's gold champagne. There is literally no difference between either of them. The only difference is you get a trophy / achievement, whatever. There's no, it doesn't speed anything up. It doesn't give you less dialogue. That's the only difference. It's 19,000 more for gold champagne, and money is going to get quite tight in chapter 10. So try to buy the normal champagne and not the gold champagne. But this is the other part of Yakuza 0 that I will throw some legit criticism at, especially in this chapter, is that we have to get 5 pieces of alcohol for these homeless guys, which, as you can probably already tell, we've got all 5 pieces of alcohol. But the game is not going to tell us where to find the alcohol, and it's going to be real obtuse about it. As you've seen, we've literally gone to every single convenience store on the map. Clearly, the devs wanted you to go and explore and find, obviously, all the shops yourself. But if this is your first Yakuza game, like it is for most people, it's a little obscure to just say, hey, go find alcohol. You know, there's a couple of responses here that are just at a convenience store. Which convenience store? There's literally 5 of them. And you do have to go visit all 5 of them. So, as much as I love Zero, it's a little too obscure for its own good. Like, what would be good is if you talk to these guys here and then got a map marker once you talk to them for the specific shop that you can get it from. Obviously, things like the malt can be bought in multiple places, so it would be a little bit awkward. But you could just leave that one on for all of them, I guess, until you buy it. So, like, the Scotch whiskey, for example, is only on Pink Street. Champagne is only in Don Quixote. The sake that we bought earlier is only on Tenkaichi. Oh no, the sweet potato soju that we bought earlier is only on Tenkaichi, and the sake we bought is only on West Shichifuku Street. Hi Chen, hope you're doing well. I killed Yakuza 0 for you the first time I played it. Yeah, it's, as much as I love Zero, and I do love Zero, it's too obscure for its own good at times. Especially in this chapter where there's 2 parts where the game doesn't tell you where to go. For somebody playing the game for the first time, that is kind of awkward, because you can get massively lost. Like, with Miss Tatsu, I can't remember if I saw it right in your VODs. I'm fairly certain you just stumbled across Miss Tatsu. Like, you're supposed to talk to this one random set of NPCs down the road where you taxi back in from, but you can go the other way. So you can miss them completely and then not have a map marker at all. Which, I mean, I guess it's nice that they let you go to the place anyway, but at the same time... That's not good game design. And I love this game. It's one of my favourite games of all time, but I'm throwing legit criticism at it that it is too obscure for its own good. So, we're being told about Tachibana Real Estate and a guy called Oda. We met him earlier. We're now going to go meet him a bit more intimately. So, that's a lot of NPCs for us. So, we're going to head down and we're going to go taxi up to the Champion District. This is the other horrific part of the fight spawns in this run. This is usually where we end up getting into fight spawn. In fact, in my PB, I think I did get into a fight spawn here. Having talked to all 5 individuals is annoying. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But this, I think a lot of people usually want to drop Yakuza around this point, and I can understand why. It's a bit too obscure for its own good, and the whole back and forth fetch quest thing is a little weird. The only reason why it doesn't suck in the speedrun is because we know to go get it ahead of time, but you won't know that casually. Good fight spawn. So, one thing to note about that fight spawn, they're now in a glitched state of alert. When you walk into a specific trigger, and this can happen multiple times during the run, the enemies themselves, because they're already alerted onto us, when they see us again, they won't do that initial, oh, is that Kiryu? And then run at us. They will immediately run at us. This is what we like to call the glitch state of alert. The story trigger is supposed to make it so that it breaks their line of sight, so that they then have to do it again. But no, it just breaks them instead, so they just get into an instant fight with you. So you do have to be very, very careful. 3 days after chapter, yeah. I will warn you, you will see spoilers in this run. There is no avoiding it, so just as a big warning, you might want to be careful. You are a pain in the ass, sir. I have never seen him walk this far back. Never seen him walk this far back. This is where the run is going to change again. This is where the new route is going to start to take place again. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, just wanted to warn you. Alright, so. This is Oda. We're going to get real intimate with Oda soon. Hey, Tabuji, hope you're doing well. Oh. Sure, Cassie, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good evening tonight. Good old Oda. Oda's a nasty little bit of RNG in this run, in that Oda as a fight coming up in a second is literally 50-50. You can only do so much against Oda. You can kind of, if he goes the wrong way, you can kind of fix that, but we really want to hope that he goes the right way, just to make things a little easier and smoother. If he goes the wrong way, we're going to lose like 3-4 seconds or so in the fight, which is actually, you might not think it's that much considering it's a 4-hour run, but it's a lot. We're going left instead. Yeah, we're not going right anymore, because we are going to go and finish off the other part of the sub-story with this lady here. We need to ask her plans for today and tomorrow's weather, which is the bottom option.
Oi.
Unfortunately, she's going to get into a fight with us. We gotta beat up these members of the Mafia! Actually, I could have done the Beast Heat move, I suppose. Oh, you fucker, I forgot you had a bloody stun gun. So the nice thing about this is I can at least build up my heat a little bit. I kind of forgot. I wonder if the Beast Heat move would actually be a smart option here. Maybe. The Loader move is doing okay at the minute. Did he move now? Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah. So, with that, we're now going to run this way. We're now going to go back to the guy who initially gave us said password. I can't run through here in this game. I forgot this fact. The only downside is running through the empty lot alleyway is a little dangerous for fight spawns, especially if a certain somebody turns up. Hello there. We want a movie date and rain at noon. Those are options. He's gonna go off. He's gonna come back to us. We're gonna smoke. As you do. That was your nose, not your mouth, Kiryu. Okay, cool. And he gives us a shotgun. You can tell where this is going. We're done with him for now. So we're going to use said shotgun. Avoid the sub-story on the left. Be very, very careful. This is now in the route to avoid. We avoid it normally anyway. But...
What a lovely day. Best wishes, pal. Love your streams.
Penny, thank you for the 21 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Hope you are having a good evening as well. So this is the reason why I'm never going to be able to gold this chapter, is we now do like a whole bunch of other stuff in this chapter, so I probably won't ever be able to get close to like my actual PP time. So I need to raise my gold for the split. Either way. Either way. Early fruit. Nope, this is normal time. Well, this is normal time. My schedule's just been fucked up lately. Which I am annoyed about. So, fixing things. So, say hello to the basis of the new route. This is gonna look mighty familiar. I have to remember with Zero, it's down on the D-pad rather than the actual style button. Zero does it differently to K1. We're going all Yakuza free on this run. It's shotgun time, baby! Yup. Say hello to Yakuza Zero's new route. It's shotgun time. Shotguns are very, very overpowered in Yakuza 0. Everyone knows it because shotguns are good against you-know-who. But they're also very good against normal enemies as well. Now, I'm not sure if these strats are going to work on harder difficulties because, obviously, Legend, etc. You need to watch it a K1 run. It's true. It's true. Everything just keeps borrowing from Yakuza 3 speedrun every time. But yeah, as I said, we're not going to get anywhere close to my PB because obviously we do more stuff in the chapter. It's going to save time later on. Trust. Alright, if you could go to your right, aka my left, I would appreciate that. I do not believe there is a loadless run already. I think this is the first full loadless run. He went the right way, and I moved like an idiot. Alright, well, where the fuck I'm going. So that fucked up a little bit. So I'm going to hit him one more time, and then I'm going to hit him with a heat attack of the sofa. Go over here, Oda. I can't believe I actually had the good Oda and I pushed him away. So the nice thing is, all these sofas have full hits to them, which is literally a full combo and then a heat attack, and that's Oda. If I had normally attacked him instead of walked away like that, we would have been okay. But instead, I did a dom. So. Oh, Kuro did one. Okay. I didn't realize Kuro had finished a full one. Cool. That's good. We have a good basis to check the runs then. Good. Good, good, good. There we go. So. Time for chapter 3, which again, we're going to change up things in this chapter as well. Yeah, like here already, in 40 minutes, there's only like a minute and a half of difference in loads for me, and I am on an NVMe. Speaking of RNG, this guy. So, essentially, we need him to attack with specific attacks that we can dodge multiple times in a row. I need him to do the lunging attack here, please. Also, it goes as quickly depending on how quickly he attacks us. So it all depends on how aggressive his AI is feeling. On the higher difficulty settings, his AI is always going to be hyper-aggressive. On easy, it's not. So we kind of just start a step in the hopes that, you know, he will attack us earlier. You can actually tell how well you're doing in this tutorial, depending on the crescendo of the music, which is coming up right now. You need to be almost out of this fight when that happens. If you're almost out of this fight when that happens, you are on good pace. You can actually get out of this fight just before that crescendo hits if you have him do like the perfect set of movesets and be as aggressive as he can ever possibly be. The odds of that happening on easy are astronomically rare. But on Legend! But on Legend, oh baby! Every final form of Gunland Symbol Sunrise. Yeah, nice! Until the next patch lands in like a month or so. I need to start Rise. I really need to start Rise. I have it on my Switch, just sitting there waiting. I need to start it. I need to play with people. I need to have some fun. Alright, so beginning with this chapter, there are going to be certain conversations that have dialogue choices. We're going to be picking specific dialogue choices that are quicker than others. And wouldn't you believe it, I've forgotten which one's a which! I know the second one is the top one. The top one actually has more dialogue to it than the second one. The reason why we pick it is because there's no unskippable animations in the middle of it. So despite the fact that it has more dialogue, it's actually quicker to skip through. Unskippable animations are things like that, and things like basically unique animations in every instance like this, where we have to wait for the animation to finish before you can carry on with the text. We're going to try and do, obviously, the quickest dialogue choices as possible for that. And that's also the reason why we're going to fail a particular minigame in the next chapter, so that we don't get said specific unique animations, because they will cost you a whole bunch of time. Also, you can't run in the ground, you can only walk. There are several walking sections that are the bane of our existence. Cough, chapter 16. Oh, I have to remember I have to swap to manual splitting when I hit the finale. Because I have a whole bunch of extra splits in the finale rather than just a singular one. You might recognize this lad. It is Kamaki, going by the name Kameki for reasons that you should play this game. Good segment. So, we're gonna do his tutorial here, and it's probably gonna glitch out on me, and I'm probably gonna get mad. I still don't know why it glitches out on me, but it does. And I get mad. Say hello to an absolutely useless move. It is the eye poke. So when you poke them in the eye, they turn around. They just don't stay turned around long enough for you to do anything. Damn, I didn't get the quick one. You hit me? Sometimes you can get a very quick hit here. That's not the thing that usually glitches out. It's the next thing, so... This heat move. Good. It didn't glitch out. Thank God for that. So for some reason, despite the fact that he is on the floor, you can actually do the heat attack against him, and it counts as the one that's either counter to him attacking you, or when you're behind him, despite the fact that neither of those parameters are actually met. I don't know why it glitches out like that. It's infuriating. It keeps happening, and it costs you a good amount of time because it doesn't do enough damage to instantly finish the fight like that. Thanks, Kanaki. Either way, we're going to carry on. Like normal. Just like normal. Yeah, don't worry about the minute behind. That's gonna get fixed. Don't worry. Sometimes you gotta go slow to go fast. Alright, so we have to look over here. We have to go and look at specific parts of the club. The one part that you do not have to look at is Mr. Libido. As tempting as it is. Now, unfortunately, for some reason here, DualShock's, like, the camera when you use the DualShock is ridiculously fast, and I don't know why. So it's really a pain if you're using a DualShock, like, you know, some people. But look how fast that is. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know why it's like that, either. It's absolutely mad. So, this is Takakawa. She's going to be sitting with us now. She's going to have 3 dialogue choices. You want to pick the bottom 2 dialogue choices. The top dialogue choice is a incorrect option. If you pick the incorrect option, you'll have to sit through all 3 dialogue options. Whereas if you pick only the bottom 2, you only have to sit through the bottom 2. There you go. Saving you about 20-30 seconds. Probably not as much as 30, but somewhere between. Beautiful. I just have to remember... Nope. Just have to remember to do the thing after the thing. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Cool, so. Right, Yakuza Zero's taxi list. Not the taxi list you've been getting used to for the past, like, couple of months or so. That's gonna mess me up. Usually we see Shakedown at least once here. He usually loves to turn up at this point. Shakedown is already walking around the map as Majima. There's no introduction to him. He's just here, somewhere. And unfortunately, Sambori is a much smaller map, which means that we are probably going to see him more times as Majima than with Kiryu. There's also a couple of times where seeing Shakedown as Majima can potentially end the run. Shakedown is even more dangerous in the new route when we need to keep our money this time. Oh boy. So, Majima's first revelation. This right here is Slugger, and this is where I anger chat and say that Slugger is the most trash style in the entire game. We still have our uses for Slugger, but Slugger is genuinely a very, very bad style, and people get upset when I say that, but I can back that up with empirical evidence. Plus the fact that it's not fucking breaker, alright? So. Oh no, Rush is actually amazing. Rush is brilliant. It just doesn't have that much damage to it. Rush is amazing. With Rush, you literally just go circles around Shakedown, never get hit once. Which is hilarious. See, Nunchuck breaks guard and say it's best style. It doesn't even break the guard all that well, because it just doesn't do that much damage afterwards. Your adds even more uses now. Yup. Which is good. And get to use less of it. Before I have rebuttal on the Slugger style, well, we've only got 3 hours of this run left, so... I hate this tutorial. It's not even that bad. So, switch to Slugger. Excuse me. Now, we want to make sure we keep Fei Hu away from walls. This is going to go into the reasons as to why Slugger is actually trash. Whoa, I saw the quick one. I know you're going to quick jab at some point. So the quickest way to defeat this boss right here is just to do a double light strong combo. Now the trouble is Fei Hu has 2 attacks that are really fast, one of which is a really quick jab. He never actually used it, which is nice. That quick jab will be faster than any of your combos that you can throw out. Now, the reason why Slugger is so bad is when you're in close encounters. Now, this happens a hell of a lot in the old engine. So, Slugger's big problem is that all of its damage is stored up in the final hit of the combo, much like using a proper baseball bat. The problem with that is it also acts much like a baseball bat, in that if you're in a close encounter and you hit a wall in the middle of your combo, the bat will bounce off the wall, and any enemies it hits after it bounces off the wall take way less damage. Yes, I'm going into the Tiger and Dragon.
Huh?
Fei Hu, we ran out of eggs. So, back to eggs, Fei Hu. We need Fei Hu to go out and get some eggs for us. He's gonna go get some eggs, and we'll see how he's doing in a bit, shall we? So there are a couple of moves in Slugger's style that don't bounce off the wall. Slugger is okay when you level it up. Like, I will admit that when you level up Slugger a little bit, it does get a bit better. But every single one of Slugger's biggest weaknesses always stay with it, and that's the big problem. The other problem is that Majima in the next chapter is gonna get a style that just eclipses Slugger in every single way, shape, and form. It's better for multiple enemy combat, it's better for single enemy combat. But here's the thing. Breaker and Slugger work quite well together in tandem to allow you to almost infinite combo certain bosses. So it still has its uses. Has less uses now, but it still has its uses. Afraid not, Oracle. Reminder that we don't need that much money with Majima. So we're going to lose a bit more time in this chapter. Hear that thwack? That's the one. So what you can do is a full 5-hit combo. That is one of the ones that doesn't have any any kind of iframes on it. Kind of bad fight. That's fine. But yeah, in small and close spaces like that, you can see I bounce off the wall, what, 3 times? Slugger really sucks in a lot of fights. The old engine really likes to keep you locked into fights quite a lot. Slugger in the Dragon engine would actually be really cool and actually probably pretty fun. But it's a shame. It's a massive shame. Despite the fact that we go back into Tiger and Dragon, I'm not actually going to lose that much time. This would have been a gold if we didn't have to go back into the Tiger and Dragon, actually. Chapter 4, this is where things are going to change massively. And we get to talk about the thing that I set up an hour ago. Yakuza 4 cutscenes! Yakuza 4 spoilers! These shiny strats still exist a little bit. Not as prominently as they used to, but now they're almost exclusively baseball man strats. So, we're going to head back to the Grand. We're going to go and use the taxi in the corner. It's quicker and less danger of running into bloody Shakedown. Zero taxi list, zero taxi list, zero taxi list. Get that through your head. Zero taxi list. I did go to the right place, I just have to remember. Zero taxi list every time. It's been so long since I've done this run. The reason why I'm saying zero taxi list is that Sotenbori's taxi list changes in every other subsequent Sotenbori iteration in the series. Don't know why. So I have to remember very, very specifically not to go to the first one, but to go to the second one when I want to go to the Grand. It's a pain in the ass. Also, I do apologize. I might be close to sneezing. Ugh. Ugh, my nose is not doing good tonight. Also, again, reminder for those who did come in late, I have been awake for about flipping heck 31 hours at this point, so I am rather tired. So if I do seem a bit more stressed today, I'm not. I'm just tired. I'm just very, very exhausted. Either way. We're going to leave, and we're going to go and meet Sagawa down in Ashtabber Park. Ashtabber Park? I think it's Ashtabber Park. Can't remember. Brain is failing on me. So you can have Shakedown spawn outside of the Grand, by the way. Now, Shakedown is interesting in that Shakedown has, unlike Majima in K1 for the Majima Everywhere, Shakedown actually has a little bit of a barrier from where he can't actually spawn near you. The trouble is, obviously, in Zero, he can still spawn very close to you in Sotenbori because Sotenbori is not that big of a map. In Kamurocho, you can almost precisely spawn him in certain locations. If you come out of one of the bars in the Champion District, you can potentially have him spawn in the alleyway next to the empty lot. It's not a guarantee each time, because there's still an element of randomness to it, but it's pretty much like a 60-70% chance that he will spawn in there. I'm going to exchange my completion points. We're going to get ourselves... Gotta go fast. Level 2! More stamina. More sprint already. We can run even further. The good stuff. I got stuck on the stairs. Oh, I have to manually split in this chapter as well because I have my first split. That's right. That's right. Have I not slept in many hours because I just couldn't. Yesterday was stressful. Yeah, no Shine Fight was very nice. I'm hoping for the same as when we go back there, obviously. So, we have to find a person called Makoto Nakamura. We know that we can get some info from a telephone club, so we're going to go there. Fun fact, there's... There we go. Tiger and Dragon. We can go back to Tiger and Dragon whenever we want. So, fun fact. I'm fairly certain that this cutscene right here is not skippable on PS4. Fun fact. Chat. You know what? To spam. He's here. He's unavoidable. It's the walking erection himself. It's Mr. Libido. Been a long time, my dude. Real dude, by the way. Genuine, real dude. In real life. Walks around like that. Either way, this is one of the nasty points where Shakedown can turn up because we need to keep our money for the next plot event. So, the two people we walk past on the left are a sub-story. You can walk into that to despawn Shakedown. The trouble is, and this is something fun that I've had happen to me twice, if you walk into that sub-story on the exact same frame that Shakedown gets into a fight with you, the game will glitch and Shakedown will join you in the sub-story. He will specifically wait until you are done with the sub-story and then shake you down afterwards. And Shakedown.
No.
It has to be the exact frame, and the trouble is, Shakedown loves to be, like, precisely there. The other place that you can use is Ebisu is right there. As you know, when you enter or leave a building, it refreshes the map, which also causes Shakedown to be refreshed as well. Now, when you're with specific NPCs like Akko here, many things like sub-stories and special events like Shakedown actually get despawned. So when you're with Akko, you don't have to worry about Shakedown. Don't have to worry about fight spawns either. But the trouble is, you need 50,000 yen to progress the story here, because obviously sushi, the vending machine, the UFO catcher, and disco. This is why Shakedown appearing just before here is a run killer, because if you get into a fight with Shakedown, you have to win it. Because if you lose the fight, you lose your money, and you can't progress the story. So, that's why you can't fight Shakedown there. That is the first of what is essentially the big Shakedown run-enders, just because of his sheer ability to spawn there quite often. So, the UFO catcher, if you've seen any of the K2 runs that I've done recently, this is going to look very familiar. I'm going to catch the entire UFO catcher. Technically, it's not cheating, right? Technically, I'll win, right? You know? So, you have to do one round, hit circle, and give up. This immediately kicks us out of Club Sega, saving us a good 30 to 40 seconds. Because Akko has a bunch of unskippable animations if you actually succeed in getting a prize. Hence why we have cancelled out of it since time immemorial. And now, thankfully, here comes, easily, one of the best styles in the game. Every style that begins with B is absolutely broken. This is Breaker, and Breaker is broken. Also, we're on a date, and we're just, you know, ditching our date on the other side of the bridge to speak to old man. We're a bad date. God, I love this style so much. So, I've said it a couple of times. Breaker is ridiculously strong, as you will see. I just need to remember what I'm doing after this, because this is where the route diverges a little bit once again. I need to go north, don't I? Yeah. And it should be the first taxi point, because we're at the top left of the map. Yeah. Back on our date, you can see that I am specifically not getting Power Surge 1 like in the old days. There's a reason for that, and you'll see in a second. Thankfully, we didn't get the bad spawn of NPCs outside of Maharaja. There is one set of NPCs, you will probably see it at some point in this run. It loves spawning outside of Maharaja and outside of Serena. It is a set of 4 NPCs. They stand together in a square. It is the one NPC pack that is a form-solid wall. You cannot push your way through it. The one NPC pack that is like that. Every other set of NPCs in this game you can push your way through. Not that specific one. And it can spawn outside, literally, the door of Maharaja, meaning you have to go to the right of them, and it's a really precise angle to not lose your speed. It's annoying. It's very annoying. I think every single Zero runner will tell you that. Explain. Load remover's going very well so far. I assume you know that we've got one for Kiwami as well. So I'm not telling you should come back for a Kiwami run, but you should come back for a Kiwami run. It's kind of a bit slower because they all moved away, and obviously I don't have power surge. Yep. Load remover, so you're gonna need to do a run with the load remover pretty soonish. Myself, Big No-No, and Dole so far are going to be doing runs with it. I'm hoping you and Kuro will as well. Because then that way we get a big spread. But so far, looking at the 0-1 from what I'm able to look at during the run, it seems to be going pretty well. So the Kiwami one should also, hopefully be pretty good. Shakedown! Hello! Shakedown number 2. Nice thing is, in story cutscenes, everyone turns around like that. Why don't I see Shakedown turning around? At least he's not behind me. He may have despawned. I'm going this way, goodbye. Your full-time job this week? Yo, congrats! I'm gonna do something else. Fair enough. Fair enough. Congrats on the job, though. Right, so I am now doing something different in the route. Yes. Now, no Shakedown isn't here because we saw him earlier. So we're going to go over to the taxi, and I'm going to go back over to the Tiger and Dragon. Cool. So, I'm going to get a bunch of rewards from the Tiger and Dragon here, including her dagger. And more importantly, the ability to make dagger. If it helps, it took me 60 hours until I realized Yakuza 0 had sprint. It took a very long time. So it's the first game in the series that has sprint. Either way, we're going to go back inside the Tiger and Dragon. And very specifically buy one dagger and one shotgun. Thank you very much. And now we leave. This is new route. It's they who forgot the eggs, don't worry about it. So we're going to equip one of our daggers. Now I'm going to go and taxi over to the place. We were having an interesting conversation about that on the Discord. Like, would we actually like do runs of the PC version if they had a load remover? And honestly, I'd probably do the one run just to say, you know, I have a loadless time. But I think I'd go back to the PlayStation version because of the fact that it's faster. So, yeah. Probably, yeah. Like, that's kind of how I feel, is like the PlayStation version, like despite the fact that there's obviously a load remover, the PlayStation version is still going to be faster. So I think even if we got a load remover, the default run would probably be the no load remover just because of the fact that it's faster. Game remover for Yakuza 5. Ouch. I have to go back to that run soon. God damn it. Full remover. Oh, that's the fun part. It's the part of the run that actually has gameplay to it. Also, there's some fight intros that you can't skip, which is really cool, because like, some of them are pretty good. This is one of those that you can't skip, as you can probably guess. So I need to remember to manually split after this fight because I have an extra manual split here. Again, don't worry about the time loss. We will be saving this time later. We'll be very much saving this time later.
近江の鉄砲玉がなんか知らんが、またの店で気抜いとるような年寄りの殺し合相手なら、なおさらや。悪いことは言わん。このままおとなしゅう帰れば見逃してるで。引く気はないか。なら、ゴッドハンドの大サービスや。
Nice. Hopefully you aren't feeling too many side effects to it. My second one messed me up real bad. Real bad. Thankfully I'm now good again. Massive man. Massive memes. Massive Nico heart. Hey, so we're gonna start off. It's gonna look a little similar at the beginning of this fight. We're gonna do a normal breaker combo. Try and hit with a couple pieces of furniture. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Not with Slugger, but, you know, shit happens. Whoops. Push the wrong button. That one pushed Slugger of all things. Either way, that's massive, man. Oh yeah, I have to split here. I have to manually split. I'm gonna remove that split in the future so I don't have to keep manually splitting that. So, again, things are going to change very dramatically as of this point. For example, shotgun. You're alive. I'm very upset that you are alive, sir. Very upset that he's alive. Actually, I forgot to do power surge that. That's fine. It's the name of the game. Roll the credits. We're done. Roll the credits. We're just done. Oh yeah, stab him first and then shotgun the other two. Right. Either way. Power surge. Power surge. I just got my order wrong there. Oh, I'm going to be down a couple of shotgun shots. So I'm not going to have the shotgun for the Mahjong parlor, most likely. Oh well. The shot in your arm hurt for the first thing day. Yeah, I got Pfizer round 1. I got Pfizer round 1. I literally lost the use of my left arm, the one that got the jab in, for 48 hours. Like, I could not use it at all. It was absolutely ridiculous. So, you might remember we were here an hour ago and I said beforehand that I was setting up for a trick for the run. When we get out of this cutscene, I want you to tell me what is different in the bit coming up after this. Let's see how long it takes you to notice. This is the entire reason why we were doing that setup pre-run. Muscles there for a little less later. I didn't get a choice because the nurse, the way that it was set up is the nurse is on your left, and I think they automatically assume that most people are right-handed. No, I'm left-handed. I keep holding X here for some stupid reason. I'm not supposed to hold X here because you can't run here. Stop holding X here. I think you'd learn that after 3 years, but no. Either way, let's see if anyone notices what's wrong with this picture. Just going along the same route we went earlier. Having a nice casual stroll. Section's really easy. Yeah, it is. It is. Imagine not wearing his trademark jacket. Yup. That too. So, How this works is that for some reason with the stealth sections, the game remembers the last 7 to 8 fights that you have done. Therefore, provided you don't quit out of the game, like Alt F4 or the game crashes, provided you just go back to the main title screen, the game will remember which fights you've done and not spawn them back in. Again, the reason why we never figured this out is because no one reset a run in over 3 years. The first person who reset a run 3 years ago was me. The second person who reset a run 3 years after that was me. Now here's the thing. When we found it originally, we started wondering about, you know, why did this happen? And unfortunately, the first thing that we saw was that the only difference that we could see, we walked into Shakedown. So for a short period of time, we thought, oh fuck, what if it's Shakedown? So I reloaded a save, and yet the spawns were still gone. And we realized from that, you could just load it up and just go through it. As long as you do it before the run, all the spawns will stay dead. That saves us literally like 2 minutes. Over this whole bit and chapter 8, it saves us like 2.5 minutes in total. Like, it may not have looked impressive, but we literally despawn fight spawns. Like, yeah. Yeah, we tried a couple of other things in regards like bringing stuff through loads and stuff. I haven't found much else, but yeah. It's really interesting that for the stealth sections in particular, for some reason that happens. Like, no idea why. And if you thought that was impressive speed tech, wait until the end of this chapter, because we got some more speed tech coming up. And this one's even more trippy. Because again, you're not going to see it. But the next piece of speed tech that we're going to do is going to save us, and I'm not joking here, 20 minutes. It is rather large. Anyway, as you can see with Nishiki with us, there is no sub-stories. The sub-story that is supposed to be on this street corner is not here. Shakedown does not appear with Nishiki either. There's probably going to be a fight spawn in here because there was one outside. Yep, that's why I held my stamina until I got in it. When you do this game enough, you know when to recognize where the fight spawns are going to be. Which is quite nice. There's still a couple that are, you know, kind of random, like the Champion District 1, the Vincent Crossroads. But for the most part, when running around for long periods of time, you can tell when there's going to be fight spawns. Either way, with Kiryu, we are, of course, going to be getting ourselves dash and a little bit of cash money. So the other move that we got is going to be in relation to something that we get in the next chapter. It's not going to be anything for yet, but we basically, with that, have stamina level 2 on Kiryu now, same as Majima. A good time save than you thought, you'll see. On the game's code, like Skyward Sword tracks back in time. Yeah, the back in time stuff for Skyward Sword is massively, massively amazing. This is going to be something somewhat similar, just not as flashy or complicated. But we are going to travel through time. So, remember the confectionery gift box we got back in chapter 2? This is the chapter it's for. You need the confectionery gift box to be able to carry on the story. This is why we buy it earlier, so that you don't have to go back all the way to the shop at the top right. The nice thing is, all of Kiryu's fetch items you can get ahead of time. Majima's, you can't. Now, funnily enough, we're going to be picking the correct options in here because they are the fastest, would you believe. You also get a trophy stash achievement this way. You want the seat nearest the door. And you want to be exceptionally careful coming up here, because this is where you lose speedruns. This is genuinely, this bit right here is where you can lose a run. Not to these options. You'll lose a fair chunk of time if you pick the wrong options here. But it's the next part. For those who have played this game, you will know exactly what's coming up. It is the one QTE that is not part of a fight. It is the 1 out of fight QTE. If you fail this QTE, you lose about a minute and 30 seconds to unskippable Oda animations. Do not fuck this QTE up. It's a very long QTE. It gives you a lot of time to do it. That was a little slower than I would have liked, but there we go. Literally, if you fail that QTE, Oda goes into this comedic routine of trying to hit Kiryu, and it literally is like a minute and a half of unskippable animations. It is literally a run killer. So, yeah. So, everything that's going on here is a setup to the business section. Every Yakuza game has one thing that is like a big giant minigame. Yakuza 0 has two. This is Kiryu's. But all of this is story set up for it. It's also got a little bit of a story hook to the main plot at first, but then goes off on its own tangent. So. Looks like this game missed that QTE. Yeah, it takes you by surprise because even in the other Yakuza games, there's not that many QTEs that happen outside of a fight. But this one does. Thankfully, this one doesn't game over you if you mess it up, unlike some of the others. Yakuza 5. Charlie7991, I give you the 5 months, I appreciate it. Fuck Yakuza 5. So, this is the reason why you need the confectionery gift box. You need it to be able to progress the story from this point. Don't worry about them, they're going to get despawned because of Bacchus. Hey, boy. So we're not going to do Bacchus training. We don't need moves. We have shotguns. Well, we have one shotgun. We'll get more shotguns in a minute. So we're going to go down here. I'll speak to old Oda. And this is where, yeah, this is where the game wouldn't let you go forward if you didn't have the confectionery gift box. The way that I remember the skippable cutscenes from this point on in this chapter is everything that is inside is skippable. So this isn't skippable, but this is. And then this isn't. So this is where we used to introduce bike strats. Basically, with Kiryu, you grab a bike and then you hit people with a bike. Bike strats. They've been in the Yakuza series since the beginning of time. We don't do bike strats here anymore. Kiryu's impeccable disguise, by the way, the Clark Kent of disguises. So, I'm going to demonstrate how quick this fight is now. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You're going to be seeing that a lot in this run. Now, there are some enemies that do still have their resistance to gun. We have other ways of dealing with them. Thankfully, our squatter problem is now dealt with. So, we're now going to basically pivot this side bit into its own little thing, the business minigame. You're going to see on the minimap that we are being shepherded in a specific direction. That doesn't mean that fight spawns aren't on the map. They are. Even Shakedown is. It is very rare you see Shakedown here, but Shakedown is walking around the map at this point. I've seen him here. In the 3 to 4 years that I've been running this game, I have seen him here precisely once. Terrifying, I can tell you. Actually,
マッハボールか
Rosetta, if you wanted to put on a mod prediction, you could say, how many times will we see Shakedown in the run? First option, 3 to 5. Second option, 6 plus. Because we're currently on 2. Actually, 2 to 5. 2 to 5. Because if he doesn't turn up for a third time, then it's null and void. So how many times will Shakedown turn up? 2 to 5, and then 6 plus. Doesn't turn up for a third time. Oh shit. Bad bet. Reminder that the average Shakedown sighting is 2. He's already turned up 2 times in the first hour and 30 minutes. So, we go over here and we see Yamanoi. So, once again, this is where it's going to introduce us to the business section. Now, if you've played this game, you know coming up, you can't actually progress the game. What's about to happen is Yamanoi is going to clear up the office. We have to wait for him to clear up the office, which is actually 5 real world minutes. So, let's go have some fun, shall we? Let's head over to Nakamichi. Let's go visit Club Sega. Let's go visit Club Sega. Now, in this game, it might be in the 80s, we might not have Virtua Fighter like was announced today with its brand new version, but we do have a couple of other things that we could play instead, such as, say, Outrun. Let's play some Outrun. But we do have a speedrun to get on with, so we should probably just leave, honestly. And then as soon as we leave Club Sega, we get the pager indicating that the office has been cleaned and that 5 real-world minute is over. We've just skipped a 5-minute wait. As I said, it's not the most impressive looking of speed tech, but it's ours. So, here's how it works. Every single minigame in this game constitutes a different period of time. Disco, for example, freezes time. Whereas arcade games like Space Harrier and Outrun skip time forward by somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes. And the reason why we know that is because of Chapter 13. So I just have to do good menuing. Trying to outrun time itself. My god. I'm not playing Apex with you again because of that. So yes, this does work in Chapter 13 as well. This is the entire reason why it saves 20 minutes in total, is because the time wait in Chapter 13 is actually 15 minutes. Here's the thing. Chapter 13 is a little sneaky. You can't do just that. Chapter 13 has a hidden trigger attached to it, and also one version of the arcade doesn't work properly. So, I'll explain that when we get to Chapter 13. But that is essentially the basis for saving 20 minutes in this run. This is essentially the simple version to the more impressive version that you'll see in Chapter 13 in about an hour and a half-ish. But yeah, it might not be the most. There's the NPC spawn. That one is solid. Look at it. See how I stopped next to it? Literally, because its hitbox is that big. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But the reason why we know about the minigames constituting a different period of time and how we figured this out 4 years ago is when we go to Chapter 13, we were playing around a little bit, and I was mad because we skipped karaoke earlier in the run. So I was like, okay, I'll just do karaoke in Sotenbori. Kiryu doesn't do karaoke in Sotenbori because he doesn't know the bar there. So getting even more mad, I decided, you know what, we'll just do disco instead. That will make up for no karaoke. When we came out of that chapter, we lost 7.5 minutes, and that's when we started wondering, okay, why did we lose 7.5 minutes? You can't skip until this bit, unfortunately. Why did we lose 7.5 minutes? What was the difference between the last run and this run? And it was karaoke. Not karaoke, it was disco. And that's when we got to thinking, what if different minigames do different things? So we loaded up a Chapter 5 save, and found... I went straight to Nakamichi, and I went straight to Club Sega, and I went into Outrun. I went into Outrun, quit, and just left immediately, and got the page up. And that's when we knew there was something to this, because we had our answer right there. With Chapter 13, I'll explain it when we get there, there's a hidden trigger. It's cheeky. It's very, very cheeky. There's actually 2, so you only have to do the 1. But I'll explain it when we get there. Either way, fuck Okabe. This is going to be a fun fight. As I said, we are going to save time. This is going to be a spicy gold. Very spicy gold. So. How did I not hit this guy? Oh. Shenanigans. Where'd the knife go? Come here, Okabe. Come on. Over here, please. Because this is the quick, neat move. Bad fight. Bad fight. I hit start too early. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. Bad fight. Yeah, as I said, it's going to get a lot quicker. We're going to start saving that time that we lost. Also, again, this is a big D-Rust. I haven't done this run in like 3 months, but new route. New route is a bit slower at first, but it should be fine. So, it's time to go back to the scene of the crime. It's time to go back to the empty lot. Avoid the little lad there who's after his porno mag. This is where the run is going to start to differentiate greatly, as you will see. But we're going to go see our friend, good old Mr. Moneybags. Don't worry about the fight spawn. Have my stamina correctly enough. Whoa, camera. Alright, so. We find Tachibana. Tachibana tells us we need to lay low for an evening, which, yeah, that goes well. That always goes well. Little tight on money. It's fine. I've already messed up Yaneda earlier. I'm not going to be able to get the, I'm not going to be able to get the Power Surge 2 at the right time later on, which is fine. Yeah, money does get that tight. Should be fine. Should be fine. I definitely won't have enough money for the upgrades in Chapter 10, but I know where to grab them. It basically goes back to the original route that we used to do for this a couple of years ago, which is fun. Alright, so, as we leave here, we're going to come across one of the best NPCs in the series. This is Mr. Moneybags. And the reason why he's one of the best NPCs in the series is because he's about to teach us a move that deals with fight spawns. It is the one Yakuza game that gives you a method of dealing with fight spawns. An actual blessing in disguise. That does use up our own money, so we would rather not use it if possible, but this is fine. So as you can see, it works by getting rid of the fight spawn. Which is absolutely perfect. One of the only Yakuza games to give you a proper way of dealing with it. Obviously, as you've seen in other Yakuza speedruns, we have other ways of dealing with fight spawns, depending on the Yakuza game, that isn't called 3, 4, or 5. Here's where we're going to go a little different. We're going to go over to this land. This is the Tiger and Dragon of Kamurocho. So, we're going to go inside. I'm going to very, very specifically. Buy. One dagger. I messed up my menu. Good stuff. I don't know why I hit X there. And 10 shotguns. Yes, that's right. 10. 10. I hate the bloody camera changing in these old bloody games. Makes you go completely crazy again. Avoid the sub-story. I don't know why I wasn't holding sprint either. And off we go. We're now going to carry on as per normal. Number 3. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Number 3. Now, we do not want to get into a fight with Shakedown at all, because we do need our money for later in the run. And here comes an absolutely god-awful minigame for multiple reasons. Thankfully, we don't have to do this minigame. It would be hell if we had to. And curious. Oops, all shotguns. So, this guy needs to show that we're not afraid to splash some cash, which should be code and obvious for use cash control. Thankfully, he likes the cut of our jib. So he's going to let us through, and thankfully he'll give us back our money that we use here to get inside. This is the JCC, this is the Japan Catfight Club. It's goddamn awful. As a minigame, it is also goddamn awful. This game is rigged. This game is going to, literally, if you have a turbo controller, there are parts of the mashing part where you cannot win. The game will literally rig it against you. You cannot actually win if the game decides you are not winning. The JCC is terrible. The game portrays it as a quick and easy way to get money. Incorrect. The quick and easy way to get money in this video game is, of course, the Bank of Shakedown. Farming Shakedown with the upgrade from the shrine is a much quicker and better and easier to do way than the JCC. Literally in every single instance. And you might say, but I'm bad at the Shakedown fight. Heat attacks. Literally it. Heat attacks, zap guns, whatever. There's easy ways to cheese Shakedown. Hell, just use Rush. Rush makes Shakedown so easy. So ridiculously easy. I like using Beast because I'm sadistic. An eye out for the lad, because here's the thing. It might not look like it, but we are being forced to go a very specific direction here. And yes, the Shakedown can spawn in this bit. I have had him spawn right here. Right bloody here. I remember that run. It sucked. That may have been my PB, actually, I don't remember. But it sucked. It massively sucked. The winning move is not to do the JCC. Don't touch it. So, time for the new method of doing this set piece. I bet you can't tell what we're about to do. Oops. Out of bullet. Hold on, please. New bullet. Hold on, please. New bullet. Now, you must remember to switch back to Beast every single time you want to use the shotgun. Reason being is Power Surge and Golden Fist. Golden Fist increases your damage even with weapons. You want to make sure that you are using that damage. I don't know if I have to run forward here, but I'm going to a little bit. That's fine. Go on. K1 brain is being stimulated by this, right? So we want to get into a good angle here. Anytime you want to run in any of these set pieces, rush is the best, as it's the best move speed that you can get out of any of Kiryu's styles. I should have moved a bit further away. I should have moved way further away. That's my bad. I kind of knew they were going to attack me there. It's my fault. But it is going to make this bit completely trivial apart from one large lad. I have to move that one. Really? Huh. I thought it would have missed the one on the right, but that's good to know. That's good to know. I know this one can be a massive pain. I'm actually intentionally going to change right here. Hopes that nobody gets behind me. Also, as you can see, we're getting so many bonuses here that we're getting a bunch of extra money for all this, which is nice. Probably shouldn't have had to change there, considering the triggers right there. Now, resistant to bullets, the large lads. Yes. Still a pain in the ass. Probably shouldn't do this, but I want to try and conserve bullet. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of conserving bullet, I'm out of bullet. So. Don't hit the large lad. I'll hit the large lad in a second. Hey, large lad, come here. Come here. Stop. Won't kill, but that's fine because I can just build up my heat from this. Now I've got heat for what's coming up next. Huzzah. Alright, so you'll know this cutscene, you'll love it, and the best part is it's not skippable. I mean, this one is, but the next one isn't. Oh, yes. Such a good cutscene. It's such a good cutscene. So, this is going to look somewhat similar to how it looked before, with a couple of subtle differences. Now, I have to remember to equip my actual... Oh no, I have it equipped because of the large lad. Good. I was going to say, equip my actual knife, but we should be good. Excuse me, Kiri? Oh, what the hell happened there? I don't know why the charge never came out. Why is... This is weird. Up you get, Koozai. Come on. Let me stab you, dude. I don't know why my thing didn't come out. That was weird. Waiting a bit. That was weird. Sir. Sir, that's 1 HP. Sir, stop that. Bad fight. I need to see the new way of taking out Koozai in this strat, because yeah. Hot damn, I don't know the new strat for that with the knife, because with the old strat I remember how to do the thing. Weirdly it wasn't giving me my charged strong attacks. I don't know why. That was very weird. That was very, very weird. I was supposed to be able to charge my strong attacks. I don't know why it wouldn't let me. That was weird. That was very weird. Combo knife, knife. Fair. Yeah, that was very weird. I'm not sure why it wouldn't let me. Oh well, either way. Either way. I do not know if I have enough shotgun left for this. We'll find out. See in a second. Some actions do more damage when holding a knife. And they're quicker, but I think they do less damage, if I remember rightly. The important thing is just being in Beast for Golden Fist. The reason why I kind of delayed was I didn't want to use up my heat for Golden Fist.
Majima.
I just need to look over what the actual new strat is. I'm surprised I wasn't a gold. Considering. My gold without shotguns is faster than that, but I guess that is because we go to the shop, I suppose. Which is different than what we used to do. Right, so. Let's equip our shotgun, shall we? Tiger and Dragon wants me back. I don't care. 3 shots? That should be more than enough. Good. Hello, enemy fight spawn. How are you today? Ah! That's the one thing I hate about the old engine compared to the new engine, is it's way harder to do movement, because, like, you get anywhere close to the wall and the game's like, no, you stop now. Please don't spawn around this corner. Good old Shakedown can spawn around this corner. I've had it happen a couple of times, and it's frustrating because there's not much you can do. Good fight spawn. Stick on the left here to avoid a sub-story to the right there. Now time for the cutscene that puts us all to sleep. The Mahjong cutscene. Where we literally can't skip this one. Hey. We can't skip it! We gotta sit through it. There's a lot of this that is not skippable as well, which sucks. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, the whole Virtua Fighter news is very interesting. Wasn't expecting them to do it in the Dragon engine either. I wonder whether they're gonna try. I wonder whether Sonic's gonna be in the Dragon engine. I know that sounds bloody stupid, but I wonder whether they're gonna do like Capcom, where with obviously the RE engine and the wonders that the RE engine is doing for them, I wonder whether certain other games are going to make use of like the Dragon engine to see if they can reduce costs on like using different engines. Although I think they won't with Sonic, because I think we all know the Dragon engine probably ain't doing a good job on Switch, and there's no way a new mainline Sonic game is going to skip the Switch. Like, there's no way. Use Hedgehog Engine 2 for any one Sonic game. There's been weirder things. There's definitely been weirder things, that's for sure. This cutscene is just long. Sonic Kiwami 3, my god. I still don't think we see Sonic Adventure 3. I think that Sonic Adventure 3 would be a bit too... I don't know, I feel like they wouldn't be able to do it right. I'm honestly not sure what we'll see. I would like a Generations 2. I would like a Mania 2. What we'll get is Sonic 06 3D. 3D, I meant to say HD, but yeah, 3D, sure. That works as well. Literally, 3D glasses needed to play Sonic 06. No other changes. Sonic 06. I think you'll know what's about to happen in this fight. I know what's about to happen in this fight. Hello. Bye. Mahjong parlor, baby. Let's go. Like a hedgehog. I mean, wasn't the Sonic RPG on the DS the one by the Fallout guy? Well, by Bethesda, wasn't it? Wasn't that actually quite good? Like, wasn't that actually pretty good? I never played it myself. You can do stuff like Sacred Balls PS4. I never knew that was on the Sonic engine. Huh. It does make me wonder in the future whether they would consider, like, putting everything on one engine like Capcom did and like EA tried to do. Because that didn't work out. It's worked out well for Capcom, it has not worked out well for EA. That's for damn sure. It's the normal fight spawn, it's not Shake. Okay, I gotta go buy some stuff. Hold on, please. We are gonna get the takoyaki, don't worry about that, but first, there's something else we gotta get first. More importantly, you know exactly what I'm getting in here. I bet who got those eggs. I would like 11 shotguns, please. Thanks. Cheers. Appreciate it. I don't have enough for Power Surge 2 right now. I'm a little bit off, so we'll wait on that. Lots of shotguns. I bought my other dagger earlier, so I don't need another one here, I don't think. I think it's just literally the shotguns. Yeah. If I didn't buy the dagger earlier, I would have had to have bought it here, but because we bought it, it should be fine. And bottom option. Nice. Brain working. Frostbite is a terrible engine. Like, I can understand where they were coming from wanting to save money from not using, like, multiple different engines. But the Frostbite engine itself was so bloody ridiculous to work with. Like actually ridiculous to work with. I suppose racing games being dependent on FPS. Yeah. Yeah. I hate that bin bag with a passion. With an absolute passion. Alright, you know what's coming up. It is time for Majima's business section. This is Cabaret, and if you've ever seen any run with Cabaret in it, Cough K2, you will know that if we interact with Cabaret in any way, shape, or form, we are going to lose time. This is going to be a 3-minute break. I'm going to take this time to go grab a fresh drink, because I am very much out at the minute. It's the one text box that changes to the bottom. How dare you? For business. Business line up. Alright, 3 minutes. I will be right back. I will see you in about a minute or so. Hey, good stuff. Nice. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I hope everyone else is still hanging in there. I'm struggling a little bit with how tired I am. Activate Sunshine Field for the song, if only. Oh, if only. Oh yeah, I did everything in Zero when it first came out. Unfortunately, those streams are lost to the void because they got deleted, which is a shame. I still feel like those were some of the best streams we did. One stream was, I'm not kidding you here, 16 hours of cabaret. One stream was literally just, fuck it, I'm doing cabaret until it's done. That took a very long time. Some caffeine. No, water. Being healthy. Being healthy. On diet. Oh yeah, just to reiterate for those who are coming in late, I have found out the reason I have been summoned to the hospital on next Tuesday is because they have found a second para-umbilical hernia, and it's a large one, and it is going to need surgery. It's not going to be surgery next week, obviously, because that's way too close, but we are probably going to be hammering out the details of the how, the why, and the when. Now this annoys me because the last time that I had surgery on the last para-umbilical hernia, it kept me out of action for a month. An entire month. So... yeah. That's going to fucking suck considering that streaming is my way of earning actual money. To put it bluntly. And streaming is one of those things where people will forget about you if you take too much time off. Like, you'll hear a lot of streamers say, you know, we can't take time off because, you know, streaming, and it is like that. It sucks. Like, streaming sucks for getting any kind of personal time, and this isn't exactly personal time that I want. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna be brave. We're gonna do it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change the route. Bye, moneybags. We're not getting cash confetti on Majima. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit, folks. Well, even. So. Yeah, so... oh yeah, wait a skip. Let me talk about wait a skip, because this was recently found in the last year. You know how you can only walk around the Grand? Yeah, this guy doesn't like his boss. He likes to push you down the stairs, which hopefully he gives us a good angle, because if he pushes us down the stairs properly, which he didn't because we bumped into him, he can actually push you down the stairs. It only saves like 2-3 seconds, but he can push you all the way down the stairs, which is great. Unfortunately, I had a bad angle and I pushed into him, which meant that he didn't push me down the stairs. So no wait to skip today. Being an uneventful recovery? I hope so. I really hope so. Same, King. Same. I got very, very lucky. And it's really weird because, like, doing GDQ is not the guarantee that you will get, like, partnered, etc. It's not the guarantee that you will be, you know, popular after blah blah blah. There's a number of factors that go into it. If you're running like a 10-15 minute indie game at GDQ, you're not going to get the same boosts of popularity as, say, if you run Mario, Zelda, or some other big game. Like, apparently Yakuza is big. I'm one of the few exceptions that actually got big because of GDQ. But interestingly enough, I was on the way to partner pre-GDQ. The entire year before GDQ, my average viewers went from about 20 pre-GDQ to about 70. So we were almost there, and it was the same with Argic as well, in that we both kind of started to grow pre-GDQ, and GDQ gave us that little bump that we needed to carry on. Yeah, the $20% from that same year, that actually... no, the year before even. That was probably the catalyst that started, like, most of the viewers. The one who did Yakuza 6? Yes, I was the one who did Yakuza 6 and K2 for GDQ. It's a shame we couldn't get a Yakuza into GDQ this time, but a couple of us expected that there would be a break from Yakuza runs. It's what GDQ does in, you know, we'll be able to build up a bit of hype for Yakuza coming back, like, either next event or the event after that. The shotgun was empty. Nice. I don't know if I'm supposed to heat attack this guy, but I am. But I am. I'm just gonna. Yeah, we're hoping that Yakuza will get into either the next GDQ or the one after that. It's what GDQ does is that it does give a certain series a break after a while to stop things from getting too stale. So, despite, like, not getting a Yakuza into this GDQ, I was impressed at how many people actually did submit Yakuza this time around. I would like more Yakuza submissions for the next time around to show, you know, people still want it, people are still going strong on it. Again, literally doesn't matter who submits what. I just want anyone and everyone who does the Yakuza runs just to submit Yakuza runs to GDQ, and also RPG Limit Break. I'd quite like us to get a Yakuza run into RPG Limit Break. I think that's kind of my last dream in terms of, like, speedrunning goals, is somebody to get a Yakuza into RPG Limit Break. I will obviously be going hard with LAD for that. Which, speaking of, we are going to have Yakuza Like a Dragon on RPG Limit Break, not in RPG Limit Break, as part of Questing for Glory 4! Exclamation mark QFG in the chat. Questing for Glory is a big RPG speedrun marathon which is going on this month. Yakuza Like a Dragon is going to be a part of that on the final day. A daytime stream for me, huzzah! I get to be awake during the day for once, which is nice. So, yeah, that is going to be happening this month. There is also 2 days before that going to be Thunderthon, where I will be running Yakuza Like a Dragon on 2 days before that, and then also on the same day, Big No-No is going to be doing Yakuza Kiwami, so you've got a couple of really strong Yakuza runs to look forward to that day as well. Hence why I said next month, it's going to be a lot. This next month coming up, we're going to do a lot of Like a Dragon. I got to make some safety saves. Ha! Okay, good. Thank you for going that way. That's number 4, folks. Oh boy. That's number 4. He is starting to be spicy, this lad. We still have 2 hours of this run left, you know. Yeah, very, very busy month. I forgot that LAD would be a good contender for Questing for Glory until Ghost Kumo told me about it. Alright, please no bad fight spawn. Please no bad fight spawn. I was brave and didn't take cash confetti. Don't mess me up. Good. It's a good fight spawn. It's a very good fight spawn. He is the fight spawn. Thanks, fella. Goodbye. So the reason why I'm not going for sprint level 3 is that I am 2 completion points away from it. One of which I should be getting any second now, as soon as we get close to these doors. Or just a little bit after, I suppose. I need to get Power Surge 2, I have forgotten. I need it before good old Wen Lee. Yes. Yes. I need it before this, lad. Yes. I need to do my menu. Plus, when I do my menu here, I'll equip the dagger for this fight. Although, actually, I think this fight is a normal fight. Can't remember. Oh. Is this a normal fight, or is this a heat action with the knife fight? So, yes. So, this month we'll be doing a couple of marathon runs, obviously. Hence why we can't have the surgery this month, that's for sure. But yeah, I'll probably find out when the surgery is on next Tuesday. I just don't want it, because it's going to take me out for about a month, hopefully only 2 weeks. I don't want it to be September because of Lost Judgment. I think you all know exactly how much I'm looking forward to Lost Judgment. I think you all know that I am going to be going very hard when Lost Judgment comes out. 12-hour streams at the bare minimum every single day. We're going to be doing all side cases, everything, etc., etc. Hardest difficulty that you can do, in the game. That's gonna be when Lost Judgment comes out. I never, ever, ever speedrun a Yakuza game for the first time when it comes out. Oh, I do have the background. Because that just ruins it for me. So, we'll be doing a full playthrough. A big full playthrough. You tried it. This is why you want to do it before you get into this fight. Slugger then dagger. Okay. I'm glad I didn't notice it. So this is the one instance, as I was saying earlier, where Slugger is actually useful. Certain enemies that are small to mid-sized actually stay on the ground long enough for you to do an entire full combo. I'm not near the sofa, which is a problem. Oh no! Oh, never mind. I'll just do the heat action when we come out of this. Yeah, I know a lot of people won't be able to watch because obviously they'll be playing it themselves. The thing about the series getting obviously massively bigger. I now have to wait a couple of seconds to do the heat attack, so it's kind of bad. It's not ideal. Unfortunately as well, you can't do heat attacks when enemies are doing an attack. At least that's the nice quick one. That's a bonus, I guess. But yeah, that's the problem with Slugger as well. The other problem that I didn't actually describe is that you can't do heat attacks on enemies that are attacking with Slugger. Therefore, an enemy has to be completely not attacking, which is going to make a certain chapter coming up for Majima a pain in the royal backside. Oh boy. This is the enemy fight spawn, is the single guy walking towards us, so we don't have to worry about fight spawns. Hopefully no shakedown around the corner. Never ever look at this save point either, by the way. It is a sub-story. Ow. His bag phone. Good old bag phone. Right, so let's go upstairs and then finish this chapter out. Looks like we're going to save a little bit of time in this chapter, which is nice. Again, this is a big D-Rust. I haven't done this run in like a good 3 months or so, and new route, so I'm not expecting to PB. But now we have 1,000,000 shotguns, the end game is going to go much faster.
Ah, shiny.
Thank you, Lich Sim, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know a lot of people have to avoid the Lost Judgment stream, which is fine. The nice thing is, for those who want to see, obviously, like, my first reactions to stuff, the VODs will be highlighted. As of last year, I started locally recording all my VODs, as well as obviously highlighting them on Twitch. So if you want to go back and see my reactions to certain things, you will be able to. Yeah, Dagger just stabs. That's the good thing about Dagger. Dagger just stabs. I still remember the days where I kept accidentally going to the warehouse here instead of Hibushi Kaikan, despite the fact that it's on our minimap. Those were the awful days, that's for sure. You know what? Even if this doesn't PB, I mean, technically it'll PB because of the loadless, but like, even if this doesn't PB massively, like, it's been fun to do this run again. I haven't done this run in such a long time. Like, this run just got really frustrating for me, unfortunately, but it's nice that at this point we're okay. Do runs of it again. Also, interestingly enough, there is an exception to the cutscene rule coming up here. There's no specific rule that says whether a cutscene is skippable or not, but there is kind of an unwritten, unsaid rule in that most cutscenes that lead into a fight are unskippable. The exception is coming up right here. Would you believe? Hence why I said it. Shit, I got too close. Got too close. Got too close. Bollocks. Bollocks. You really have to hug the right there to avoid this. I completely forgot I didn't get Mr. Moneybags because, you know, usually I already have Mr. Moneybags at this point. Bollocks. So hey, this cutscene that leads into a fight. No, this one's skippable. Don't know why. God damn it. God damn it. Either way, this is Nishtani. This is a very nice and easy fight. We do a full breaker combo on Nishtani to build up our heat. I missed the last hit, but it's fine because Dagger. Put Dagger away. Another combo. I should probably, yeah, cancel out of that. That's too much damage. So you should freeze pose to break out of that combo before you get to the end point, because you don't need this much damage. These heat attacks right here that we're about to do, the two of them that occur in here if you do the correct QTEs, do so much damage that you don't need to go that low. So I'm going to lose a bit of time in this fight for messing that up. And of course, you can see most mid-fight all the mid-fight QTs have to be seen to be able to finish the fight, and then you just boop him, and that's it. Nice and simple. Well, I guess at least I've got cash confetti just in case for later. That's a pain in the ass. We do not do money bags anymore, no. If we get into a fight with anybody, we just shotgun them. This is a long cutscene as well. Kind of weird to think we've still got like almost 2 hours of this run left. There's a lot of long unskippable cutscenes coming up. This is the part of the run that I kind of consider to be where the slow parts start. This chapter and chapter 10 are kind of slow to begin with. But then once we get into like the halfway point of chapter 10, things start picking up in speed again. Oh wait, chapter 9 is first. I'm super. I thought it was chapter 9 chapter 8. Yeah, no. Things start picking up after the next chapter. Or, well, during chapter 10. Words are hard. Yeah, Paul Nishtani's VA passed away last year. A veteran of the industry and an amazing, amazing voice actor. It's a shame. So I'm probably not going to save any time in the split because I messed up that fight, but it's fine. We will save time elsewhere. We will save time elsewhere. So off upstairs we go. You have to be very careful of this hostess's hitbox. Her hitbox is bigger than the door's hitbox, so just keep an eye on the top right for enter rather than talk. And here's Sagwa. Another unskippable cutscene. It's kind of nice how like my muscle memory for cutscene skips kicks in and where sub stories are. It's like it's really really nice actually. So. So what's the? It's 9 after this one, which is just the wrong one. But you'll remember earlier that we did the stealth section pre-run before this chapter there as well, and you'll see that the one fight spawn we got into is going to be missing from there as we go through this one.
Yoshi. そんじゃ島野の兄弟とはなしつけとくからよ。それまでしっかりこの店も受けさせてくれ。
Looking forward to seeing how fast the Camellia Grove goes. Also, great part about this door is this door's hitbox is broken. It's half the size of the room, as you will see here. It's massive. It's like that in all versions of the game. I don't know why. The door is just a massive hitbox. Whereas other doors like this door are not. You have to practically be hugging the door. Yeah. Yeah. Massive door. Massive man. Right, so we're gonna get some painkillers for Wen Li, and we're gonna have to go and give them to him now. Actually, I might save time considering we do these next 3 fights with shotguns. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Either way, we're gonna go over to Odyssey Warehouse, which is the bottom option. Past all of your... This poor cat has still not learned how to get out of the way. Should really learn not to sit there. Either way, we need to do a little bit of movement here so that we can hit everybody with this shotgun. Because they're all there. That's a dagger. That's not a shotgun. Please stop running. Dang. Oh well. Oh well. Why am I arm itch so much today? It's weird. Very weird. Oh, I wonder. Did I use the wrong... I must have used the wrong... Damn it. I think I used the wrong fabric softener for my clothes when I washed them. Ah, all my clothes are gonna itch me now. God damn it. Oh well. Alright, so once again, unsurprisingly, the shotgun fight. One shot left, which isn't going to be enough for the next fight. So I'm going to change shotguns now. So once again, much like the stealth skip earlier, you are going to see that this next fight coming up here is non-existent. Does not exist. That's because the game remembers, as I said, all of the enemies in this section beaten up to 7 or 8 fights. So provided you don't quit out of the game, you can do both of these stealth sections and just get rid of the necessary enemies. That's the reason why we take that very specific path in Chapter 4, because that has the least amount of resistance and the least amount of QTEs in it. I say that because here comes a QTE here. You have to go... You can go the long way here, but obviously it's a lot quicker just to do this QTE. And you only have to skip one fight that way. No, he's just sleeping. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think I can just shotgun from the start here. I think that's the play in this way. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Cool. Bad chapter. Still save time. Good. Good. Right. Chapter 9. This is a long... It's actually one of the shorter chapters in the game, but it's just a pain in the backside. It's just long-winded. So, I put some constructive criticism towards the game earlier. I'm going to put some constructive criticism towards the game right now. Shem can't take that taxi. So, in this bit, you can see on the minimap, we are not being told where to go. We have to find a place to hide from the Tojo clan. Now, or from the Dojima family more specifically. Now, your first thought of call in a place to hide is not the Yakuza office that you used to go to. Even worse than that, the hitbox for it is not even the entire way of the street. It's only up to there. You might think, like, initially, you know, Serena is the place you gotta go to, and you'd be right, but you have to go to the Kazuma family first, which is very counterintuitive, because they're a part of the Yakuza that you're supposed to be avoiding. It's a little dumb. It's a little very dumb. Quick boomstick. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. I forgot. So with load remover, it basically doesn't count any of the load times in the game, which basically makes it an even playing field for everybody, because some people's load times are longer than others. It's not as bad in the old engine, but there are still people that have better load times than others. We can't use the in-game time, because the in-game time, ever since the very first Yakuza, is absolutely terrible, does not do a good representation of the actual loadless time, and is also highly manipulative. Or manipulatable, that's the word. You can actually, if you know how, manipulate it, and even if you don't know how, manipulate it, there are certain set pieces that if you die in, the in-game time will revert not only to the time that you entered that set piece in, but sometimes even go further backwards. It's dumb and weird, and this is why we don't use the in-game time from the Yakuza games, is because it just doesn't work properly. And it's a massive shame, because if it did work properly, wouldn't have to deal with loadless. And it's actually a massive shame, because certain games in the series don't have a load remover, and some of them, like Zero, have taken years to get a load remover because they're just a massive pain in the ass to set up. And the Dragon Engine games are actually apparently really easy to do load removers with, which is really nice. The old engine is not. Whip shotgun. Whip shotgun. Rude. Gonna have fun shotgunning this guy. Yeah, even the in-game time is just not good. It's such a shame. Because otherwise it would be easy. It'd be easy to say, like, something like, you know, we can't accept runs if you have a def in it, you know, because, like, with defs reverting the IGT, people could just abuse defs to get, like, perfect sections, for example. But the fact that the in-game time can go even further back means that we can't even rely on the in-game time at times. And the trouble is, you can't tell if it happens until after a run, which is stupid because it's almost impossible to tell. Unless everyone checks their in-game time specifically after every single death in a set piece, which is just stupid. Yeah. Otherwise... Otherwise, it would be reasonably easy. But no. I knew I was going to get hit there. How did he not hit this guy? How did he not hit that guy? What the heck? That sucks. I only have 2 shotgun shells, remember that. I have to change my shotgun again. That sucks. Right. This one should go a bit more smoother, although I will again have to change my shotgun after 2 shots. This fight right here used to be one of the most annoying in the run. It's still going to be annoying if the right enemies hit me. So there is actually a tier list of enemies that you want to take out in Yakuza speedruns. Top tier is obviously gun enemies because they're the worst. Second tier is enemies with stun rods, stun batons, stun guns, etc. And knife enemies as well. And then below that you have another tier which is essentially just everybody else with like baseball bats, and then like the final tier is essentially just normal enemies. So yeah, that fight right there has a guy with a sword, a guy with a stun gun, a guy with a knife, and the problem is, especially with the older strats, they can all attack you faster than you can attack in Beast. And that's the annoying part about them. Shooting them the most, definitely. It's like when we got the new strats for the gambling arena in K1. It's so satisfying now. Well, when it goes right. It's the amount of times it can go wrong. Alright, this is gonna be a fun fight. Alright, we do this differently now, don't we? It's shotgun adds and then just knife pre and post QTE. Because the QTE gives you your heat back. But we don't want to use our knife in our inventory because it would take time to re-equip it. And these guys give us a knife, which is nice. How nice of them. It's round 3. You all know him. You all love him. This time he's brought friends. They just appear out of nowhere, by the way. Now, unfortunately for Koozai, his friend's going to be a little useless. Excuse me, I would like to be dead. Thank you. Grab a knife. Stab the Koozai. Do a bit of damage to him while he's on the floor because we need a little bit more damage done. Do the QT successfully so that we get back up to full heat. I need a bit more damage. I don't know if I need a tiny bit more or not. That should do. You have to wait a tiny bit before you use a heat move. And that's the end of Koozai. Go kidney surgery for poor Koozai. Dear oh dear. Nice fast Koozai. We do like that. We do like that.
See you later, Q's.
Hughes? Hughes? Excuse me? SEO1, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming in the 4 months. I appreciate it. Hughes? Hughes? That's incorrect, I think you'll find. So, speed tech! Right here! The most simplest speed tech you'll ever see. Ignore odor. That's the speed tech. Ignore odor. Keep running. Pray odor doesn't get stuck here. That's the speed tech. So as soon as you get here, make sure you turn around. That way you don't have to wait for Kiryu to turn around in the cutscene. Watch Oda. Make sure he doesn't get stuck on the corner. He doesn't. Good. I think you might be right with the whole, like, camera potentially messing him up. Like, I think you might be right. So I don't have the... I'm fairly certain I don't have the money for Power Surge. I wasn't paying attention, but with how I've done fights in this, I'm fairly certain I don't. So what we're going to do instead is we're just going to Power Surge a little bit later. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way, the way we used to do it in the run. Please. No enemies at the Vincent Crossroads to date. Do appreciate that. So we need to find a place to stay low for another 24 hours, which really goes well whenever Kiryu is in town, huh? So we're going to go and slum it with our homeless friends from earlier. You might remember we went and got a couple of them some alcohol. We went and got one guy a malt liquor. This is said guy. It is the same homeless guy. He is going to let us stay with him for the night. Cues. My favourite Yakuza bosses, Shibusawa, Awano, and Q's. Oh, dear. Big, long, unskippable cutscene. Oh, baby, I hate this cutscene. This image is a person using a vape saying, I can quit anytime, yeah. It's like me with chocolate. I might be on a diet and I might say I can quit chocolate anytime, but trust me. Give Chris back in. I know better. No, I can't. That's why I have 1 bar of chocolate a day. Just the one. Just the one.
It's Koozai, not Q's.
Ah, Koozai.
Stupid TTS. Away.
Koozai! The Porsche version. Princess, thank you for the bits. Koozai and beardless homeless man. My favourite is Bum Basher. Hobo harasser. Bum Basher. You can tell this is the localization team having fun. Bum Basher. Alright. Here he is. Dear, oh dear. It's French. Like how essentially Kiryu hasn't moved at all and he just goes, ugh. I'm going to enjoy this fight now, because this fight used to be a problem. Not like a massive problem, but it used to be a problem. Not anymore. We have shotguns. Just noticed his neck in this scene as well. His neck is literally like 90 degrees down. It's like he's just like this and he's like looking up. How can he do that with his neck? It's impressive. It's very impressive. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Mama in Serena from a couple of games onwards has a name, but she's never referred to it, ever. Just once in a sub-story. It's terrible. I only got 1 shot left. I should probably replace this shotgun, I guess. Now I only have 2 shotguns with like 1 hit in it. Eh. Kinda want to use it up. Kinda want to use it up. Bodybuilder on steroids. Fitting. Yeah, 2 minutes expedition, 5 minutes of shotgunning. The original way we did that fight wasn't that much longer either. We just basically grabbed a baseball bat and swung it at the heads. It's a massively long cutscene for what is not much game. But hey, still better than Yakuza 5. It's a massive shame, because I think that both, like, I used to love this run quite a lot, but, like, it's really gone down in my list of favorite Yakuza runs. I think the problem is, too many cutscenes, not enough action. Too many cutscenes, not enough action. Hammer that timer, gold, baby! Shotguns, that's what happened to it. What the heck? How are you alive? How are you alive? Yeah, I'm very, very low on money, which is bad. Also low on shotgun shots at this point. Hey. Loadless, baby. So basically, yeah, we've got a loadless remover and we also have a new route. We lose a bit of time earlier on because we do more stuff in the early game, but now everything gets shotgunned. Other than this fight gets lanterned. You need to keep shotgun shots. Ow. He has a gun, yup. I'm gonna hit this guy as well. Ah, that's okay. Cool. Whee! Shotgun these guys. Oh, I didn't dodge. Excuse me? My heat! No! I don't know if I can take care of him with a... Hey, guess what? I figured out where to use my one shot that's already been used up. Interesting. Oh, the one shot must be on Majima. Okay. Cool. Sirs? Thank you. I don't have Power Surge. Do I have enough money for it? I don't think I do I? Because I need another 50. I need another 30k. Or 30 million. Yeah, that's not good. This is gonna be slow. How do I do this? Heat attack? Question mark? Normal way? Question mark? That'll do. Not great. That'll do. 30, yeah. That'll do. That'll do. I do feel like I'm running a bit low on shotgun shots. I'm a little worried about that at the moment. I'm pressing X way too early. Really? I missed you? Alright, mate. I guess I shouldn't even bother to go into rush here, considering. Excuse me. Or I guess I should, considering that hit literally bloody nobody. Cool. Unbelievable. Every gun ever saw the rubber bullets. Yep. There's still one enemy alive. This makes me worried. Get away from me. I'm just gonna do the old-fashioned way. Also, finally get Power Surge too. Should have got this way earlier. Oh well. Just to finish with a heat move. Not ideal. Not ideal. Not good. Not good at all. That was slow. Very, very slow. Oh well. Still probably save time, but that was slow. I mean, no doubt we're going to save time, but that was still very slow. Still not good. Oh well. We can end the chapter now, at least. Ugh.
Kiryu-san.
I should have a shotgun equipped on Majima because of the last part was the escape sequence, wasn't it? Hopefully it's got at least 3 shots in it. Right. So let's go grab ourselves taxi and end this chapter. Reminder, we're on Shakedown number 5. If you mean in my bottle, it's water. It's just a white bottle. I've been needing a new bottle for ages because there's actually a hole in the side of the top which keeps leaking, which isn't good. Number 6. There we go. Number 6. Which is weird because this is the last time you can see Shakedown with Kiryu until way later. Hot damn! For like an hour and a half or so. He just had to turn up. Yeah, no, I need a new water bottle, and I'm considering ordering myself a water bottle from FramerateMerch.com. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're ahead! The roller coaster has begun. Oh, baby. Fuck this chapter. I hate this chapter with a passion. But no, I do need a new water bottle, and I think I'll just... I've seen the ones that Frame Rate Merch is offering, and I think one of those would be perfect for what I need. So I think I'm going to order one of those. International shipping's been turned off for a while because of problems with USPS. So I'm just waiting until... I'm waiting until, obviously, that gets resolved. And then I'll order a water bottle. I should have a shotgun. Whether it has enough shots or not, I don't know. We're going to find out. Yeah, Shakedown just shook down everybody at their points. Sorry, believers in the low shakedown. You should never believe in a low shakedown. You should never believe in a low shakedown. I shot that man with a sofa. Stop pressing start too early, numbnuts. God. Fucking Christ. Right, please no shakedown. If we get shakedown here, it's a very bad time for us because there's no real way of dealing with him that's fast. We can deal with him with the bag phone guy. Oh, there he is on the left. Number 7. Run is cursed. Run is cursed with a heavy sighting of shakedown. Should I have a desk? Yeah. Yeah. He's a speedrun someone new to speedrun Yakuza. Kiwami 2. Kiwami 2, Kiwami 2, Kiwami 2, Kiwami 2, Kiwami 2. Without a shadow of a doubt. Then Yakuza 3. This is pushing it. Equip dagger. Ah, fuck! Ginger Chapman. Ah, fuck! It's Ginger Chapman time. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Not this guy again. Hey, here comes Coliseum. This place is terrible. I hate this place. So this place is all going to be about good heat generation and keeping it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stab Ginger Chapman. He's going to stab me because fuck you, Ginger Chapman. That's why. Go down. Heat attack. Hello, please. No? Okay. I fucking hate Ginger Chapman with every fiber of my fucking being. So if you're going to fuck me about, then I'm going to do it back to you. Get fucked, idiot. Spank him on the ass. Quick heat action, yeah, I should. Oh well, I don't have any heat for Dr. Kirito, so I'm gonna have to build it up here. Sucks. You know, I wasn't certain I was gonna connect with that being slow to attack. do a little bit more damage. I should have cancelled out. Asshole. You bloody mid-fight shit. Stop that. I hate this guy. I hate this man. I hate this man as well. Terrible Coliseum. Yeah, Yakuza 3 is an easy start. So Yakuza 3 is basically a run of 2 halves. The first half is actually very skill-based, but has a couple of infinite combos. Then the second half is literally we buy 13 illegal guns and shoot everyone. You can't fuck up the second half of Yakuza 3 speedrun. I mean, you can use too many bullets, but we literally have gun math PhD for that. So don't worry about it. Actually, fun fact, playing Yakuza 3 on a lower difficulty is worse for you. Because in Yakuza 3, the enemies are very passive and guard a lot. And Yakuza 3 really wants you to bound enemies and also counter enemies. It wants the enemies to attack more, which is why Yakuza 3 on a harder difficulty setting is actually better for you because they attack more often. Dead Puncher loves punching my run dead. It's been a while, Dead Puncher. Oh yes, here we go. I just can't build up my heat against him. It's gonna be bad. There it is! The Dead Puncher. I should probably just use my knife against him, but I'm worried about hits. I'm surprised that worked out for me as well as it did. Should not have. Here's me doing the old-fashioned strat. Very, very old-fashioned strat. Now Dead Puncher gets up and punches my shit in. I should have done the second one again. Oh, actually, that worked out. Less said about that, the better. Let's not talk about that Coliseum, eh? Let's not talk about that Coliseum ever again. Thanks. Try acting like an enemy from one. Yeah. Dead Puncher does that. Dead Puncher is the most deadly of all of them, despite the fact that he's the one that doesn't have a bladed weapon, because of the fact that 1, he guards a hell of a lot, and 2, he has so much hyper armor, he just punches you out of your combo. That's why we usually joke that Dead Puncher punches your runs dead, because he's Dead Puncher. Dead Run Puncher. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. What Coliseum? Exactly. Imagine we could just skip the Coliseum. It'd save so much time. Also, Kuro, you did a full run, right? Does the auto splitter split for the final split, or do we have to split manually ourselves? Now, thankfully, Nishitani 2 is a lot easier to build up heat on. Unfortunately, Nishitani 2 loves to stab you. Look, I told you so. Manually? Okay, cool. I guess the same with most of them, isn't it? Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to use the knife heat attack, not the Slugger one. That is old muscle memory in play right there. Oh, well, I'm just going to stab him with a knife this time around. Semi-old Nishitani strats. Good shit. I fucking missed again. Get stabbed. It's fine. At least we can do that here. Right, come on. Do your QTs. Let's go. Up you get. Come on. Come on. Swear to God. Don't fuck me about Nishitani. You did in my bloody PB. I'm gonna lose time in this chapter for sure. We need the quick QTE, and even then I'm gonna lose time. But we need the quick QTE here. That's a terrible chapter. Come on. I'll take it. He didn't act like Voldo, so I guess I'll take it. But hell yeah, roller coaster's back off the rails again. Here we go. Good shotgun. Yeah, Camellia Grove. The good old Camellia Grove, where we get to shoot everything. This should get us back on track again. Ay, ay, ay. This should very much get us back on track again. Oi, oi, oi. I'll use my free hit one first. I should have just done the 10 hit, but it's fine. I'm thinking free hit for the first group and then switch to the 10 after that. As if we ever left. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, a couple of the Colosseums in the games are genuinely terrible. Looking at you, Yakuza 5, Jesus Christ.
心配すんなよ。見つけたら容赦なく殺すだけだろ。日教連だろうが世良だろうが、牧村誠だろうが。
Good luck, Sago.
せいぜい玉切れにならんようにな。
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now with Bullet. Hello.
Majima Goro さんですね。
I'm gonna shoot these guys. Act surprised.
セラの親父はあなたを殺さずに事を収めたいと思っています。登場界の情けをかけられてるうちに。
I'm really bad with Zero because I look at my phone a lot in Zero's run. Just with the big bits of like downtime and stuff like that.
かけられる覚えなんかないで。
聞く耳を持ってください。
Yeah, I think I'm running out of shotgun rounds during the finale for Kiryu for sure. So. In the same strat as Sakura uses. Not wrong. Definitely not wrong.
どうしても引く気はないってことでいいんですね。
当たり前やろうが。くどくど言っとるんで、誠返すか俺に殴られるか決めんかい。
どちらもお断りします。
I have a third option. It's called shotgun.
日教連の恐ろしさを身をもって知らせてやれ。
You don't want the shotgun option. Fortunately, you're getting the shotgun option. I'm afraid. Two shotgun. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good stuff. Shotgun. Damn, you feared, huh? What, lad? Hello. How are you doing? I need to keep better track of my shotguns because I am running out of ammo very rapidly and not reacting. This guy needs the knife. Hello, sir. Fuck's sake, I'm so slow with the knife change heat move. It's my bad. Which is causing me to run out of dagger hits, which is not good. I should have done the 2-hit one, yeah, rather than the full. Re-equip shotgun. Re-equip shotgun. It's time. It's time for the next set of unique enemies in here. The geishas, who usually have a lot of hyper armor, but hyper armor doesn't stop bullet. Hyper armor does not stop bullet. Time for fun. Yeah. And there's what's spare. Okay, good. I know Kiryu doesn't. I had 2 shots left. I used my 2 shots here. Hello, sir. Do I have enough shot? Knife thrower! No, no, Majima, I want you to shoot. Thanks. Good lad. I tried moving back and I still managed to fuck that up. It's a massive shame that the safe with the 100 million in is in Majima's part and not Kiryu's, because we could really do with that with Kiryu rather than Majima. Keep a better eye on your shotgun count, moron. Stop! Ay, ay, ay. Terrible. It's our biggest fan! I'm still making that joke 4 years later. Hell yeah. And you have good material, you don't stop using it, you know? I need my dagger. I need my dagger. So that's safe in the back there. If you break that, you get 100 mil. You also get an achievement / trophy, so, you know, that's the one you're going for if you're going for the achievements. Have you played Dead Souls? So it's having a PS3? No. Speedrun Yakuza free. Yeah, the only other way is to speedrun Yakuza free, that's it. No. The trouble is, Dead Souls is a very risky proposition as a re-release, because the trouble is, there's a lot of people that hate Dead Souls in the West, because a lot of people actually attribute it to the potential, like, killing of the series before, obviously, 5 and 0 came out. Whether that's true or not, we'll never know, but Dead Souls did very badly. And a lot of people who didn't even play Dead Souls actively dislike Dead Souls just because it almost killed the franchise off. So, even if there's gonna be, even if there is like a chance of a re-release, there's a lot of people that would just tell people, don't even bother because it's terrible, even if they haven't played it themselves. It's not a great game. I'm not saying it's good. I have a newfound appreciation for it because of the speedrun, because literally you spend little time playing it. The irony. So, yeah, it's that kind of a game. I should have waited on that heat move. Oh well. Should be good if I can connect him. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's a lot of HP. Oh, this is a dangerous Sarah. Also, I gotta be careful. I've only got 2 dagger hits left. This is not good. This is very not good. There's the counter. Oh boy. I hate you, Sarah. Please don't show me the other counter. Terrible. Terrible Camellia Grove. I had to do that because like I've got a wait, holy shit. My D. I got 2 dagger hits left and I've got 4 nasty bosses. So the 4 nasty bosses are Kashiwagi, Nishiki, Owano, Laogui. 4 bosses, 2 knife hits. I think I'm going to save it for the finale too. I'm going to save it for the finale too, and I'll just do old strats for Nishiki. Because Nishiki should be good enough with the furniture in Serena. Kashiwagi, we still have the old strats that got him down to 1 HP. So it should still be fine for those 2 fights. But for Old Wano and Laogui and their big HP bars, I'd rather they fucking die. It's an on-rail shooter. No, but it does have an on-rail shooter part. So yeah. Time and inflation I was talking about coming up. Would you believe it's coming up right this second? Ooh. It is actually coming up right now. It is this chapter right here. So, this is the second half of our big time save in the run. This is going to save us, and I'm not joking you here, 15 real-world minutes. 15 actual minutes. So, that's why you get 3 plus easier menuing. Fair. Yeah, I'll remember that for the future. That's a fight spawn. Because the trouble is, Majima can't now get to the Tiger and Dragon. Because Majima is never coming back to Sotenbori. Kiryu is going to spend a chapter in Sotenbori, which is why Shakedown doesn't matter at this point. For the next part of the run, Shakedown's not going to bother us for quite a while. So, I forgot my taxi list. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here, and we're going to go speak to Oda again. Oda is going to wait for a call from Tachibana. This is going to take 15 minutes. He tells us to go get lunch and stuff like that. So what we're actually, last time you'll see Libido in the chat, please. Bless the run. What we're going to do is, this is where I found out that Disco causes us to lose time. So, as I said earlier, there is actually a hidden trigger in the map. Well, actually, there's two. One of them is outside of the Grand. The one outside of the Grand is a little closer to the taxi, but it has a longer unskippable cutscene attached to it. The other one is here, the Higuchi Kaikan. Now, Kiryu's going to comment on the explosion that happened here and says it has nothing to do with the empty lot. We know that it does. That is one of the two hidden triggers now activated, which is good because now we can just carry on. Now, what we're about to do is going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and head over to the Club Sega that's up here. You shouldn't go the way that I go here. I just do this for camera positioning, even though it's like, slightly slower. Okay, so what we're going to do, like earlier in Chapter 5, is we're going to play some Space Harrier. And you might remember me saying earlier that each minigame is between 7 to 10 minutes, and we're trying to skip 15 minutes here. That's the reason why we want to go back into Space Harrier and quit it for a second time. That's the other part to this time skip that's a bit different than the earlier one. If done correctly, and you've got the hidden trigger as soon as you leave Club Sega, the pager to say that the phone call is coming. And that has literally saved us 15 minutes. In total, over the run, it has saved us 20. It is not the most impressive visually looking speed tech, but that is our speed tech. And by golly, does it work. It's as simple as that. Fun fact, by doing that, it also slightly messes with the in-game timer as well. Another reason why we don't accept in-game time runs, in-game time as an actual marker for the run. Fun. Fun. And by messes around with it, I mean it pushes it forward, which is weird. But not all the time. What did we do before this speed tech? Waited. That's one of the earliest pieces of speed tech we found in the run. We found it about 4 years ago. There's no clips, because clips weren't even on Twitch at the time. But I still remember very vividly the day we found that and how so goddamn excited we were. The shooting segment. Now, Zero's shooting segment does not have mouse support. Here's the downside to this shooting section. You go too fast on a certain set of enemies, which is coming up here, you can glitch the camera into the floor, and you have to wait for the camera to unglitch, which is what happened in my PB. So no matter what happens here, I should be saving time, because I'm intentionally going slower on these enemies. This, basically, you can't shoot this car right here, because the camera tries to go down in the ground. It's really weird. I don't know why. Ooh, good headshot. It's about time I get some good headshots up in here. Thank you. So if you're struggling with this on Legend difficulty, by the way, do what I do here. With these vans, focus on the guy with the machine gun. Don't bother with the guy with the shotgun. And then just go after the driver. Sure, you're going to take a hit from the shotgun guy, but that's only one hit. If you're on hard or legend, you have to take out the guys with the rocket launchers. If you get hit by one rocket, your car's HP will go continually down until you die. So do make sure you go for those. Again, if you're struggling with this on hard or legend, follow what I do here. Don't bother with the guy with the minigun. Leave him alive. Just go for the guy with the rocket launcher. That's the trick, is just go for the guy with the rocket launcher. You do not need to bother with the minigun guy. Such a good cutscene. Very necessary, very well done. Remember the missed QTE? I fucked up. I did it. I forgot that missing the QTE is actually faster. Oh. I know in my PB this glitched out, so I'm saving time here anyway, and it's free time save for next time. Once you deal with the rocket launcher guy, the pilot becomes hittable. It gets really close. It was a bad highway anyway, but Still better than my PB. Do I have a boomstick equipped? What was the last thing we did? Koozai? I don't. Wait, no, it was Tojo HQ, so I do. I do, but no, because I put the dagger on for the sword guy. I don't. I don't. I need to equip shotgun. I need to equip shotgun. I must equip the shotgun. Try that trick of shooting the rocket with a gun. It would have actually killed the person with the pistol, not harm the RPG person. Good. Good. I'm glad that got myth busted, because I was wondering. Alright, equip shotgun. Glad he went down on that last shot. Would have been upset if he didn't. Fresh shotgun, please. Actually, not fresh shotgun for this guy. Stab him instead. Good old circular sword guy. He's gonna rush us at the start here. Instead, we're just gonna punch him a couple of times. New strat for circular sword guy. Just punch the guy. And then stab him. That's not enough damage. Oh well. It's whatever. We'll deal with him in this phase. It's whatever. You can always deal with him by giving him a, whoops, quick little stab. I don't know why I messed that up. Either way, fresh shotgun. Fresh shotgun. I'm gonna need a fresh shotgun after I fucked up that. Me. Usually you'd stab him first, but I have fucked up, so I'm going to have to... Actually, I'm just gonna use the gas cylinders. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little old-fashioned, but I kind of messed up with... I messed up with the whole bloody dagger thing, or the QT, so it's fine. Again, free time save for next time. Free time save for next time. Easy. Easy free time save for next time. Poor old Oda's having a bad day. Spilled some wine all over his suit while having a picnic. Good old Shibusawa. Genuine shame. Okay. Good. I still somehow saved some time. I don't know how. Cool. I wasn't paying attention to my money. I might try starting this fight with the old method because of the two that... Like, the two that survive shotgun blast. So I might just go straight for the motorcycle. Because honestly, if you can get the both of them early on, they go down really quickly, that motorbike. So... How many shots do they left in that shotgun? I should have enough. Yeah, I don't think you can one-shot without heat either. That's why I wanted to go for the shotgun or the gas cylinders. I was gonna shotgun instead. It probably would have been faster to shotgun, but... I've used up too many shotgun hits with Kiryu so far. I don't want to waste extra spare ones here, which I'm going to use there anyway, but... This fight, though. This fight, though. Shotgun. Hell yeah. Ah, it's nice not to have to rely on those carts anymore. I made sure he never made that mistake again in the end. Yeah. Yeah, he gave him a lovely jam sandwich and taught him the reasons why eating red food and drinking red drinks when you're wearing a nice suit is a bad idea. Especially ones that stain. Shibusawa and Oda's perfect picnic. Remember that phone. Remember that phone for about half an hour from now. Very important for speed strats. That's not the way. And yeah, I'm down on shotgun. I'm down on shotgun, so I think I take this fight the old-fashioned way. I think I have to take this one the old-fashioned way. Nice gunshot wounds, by the way, Kiryu. Beast time. Essence of the Beast Torment. Our final upgrade. I need this for the fight after this. One of them didn't get close to me, which is a shame. Not this guy. Whatever, I'll just take care of this guy. I'd like the bike if possible, not the broken one, the actual bike on the right, but I'd also like Nishiki to help me out here. I'm intentionally not using my heat so I can start Koozai 3 with heat, so I'm going to do the old-fashioned way. Again, lack of bullets is going to make me just use old strats for this chapter. And then we'll just free PB next time. Although I might use shotgun on this fight. Coming up. We'll see. That is the bad fight spawn at the Vincent Crossroads. But we have enough stamina just to make it to the Hobo Park anyway. So it's fine. Okay. Alright. Here we go. You'll know what's coming up. So, let's talk about something interesting and important before we get to the end of this chapter. Every single chapter in Yakuza 0 heals your HP to full with one exception. The finale. And this is Kiryu's final normal chapter. So, any HP that we have remaining from this chapter is going to be the HP that we have at the start of the finale. That's actually important because we're about to fight Koozai 4, and then after that we're pretty much going to fight Koozai 5. And we tank hits. We tank a couple of hits in Koozai 5. Especially if we do the old method, which I am going to do. I think we do anyway. Like, I don't think there is a choice. Hate these bullets. Get out of my way. Alright, chat. You'll know what's coming up. You'll know what's coming up. Once again, in the 4 years I've been doing this run, this next cutscene never gets old. Chat, you know what to do.
そうかい。なるようになっちまうもんだな。くぜ
That punch is so satisfying. Alright, so, because we start with full heat, we are actually a little bit quicker than Koozai, and we can actually connect with a combo against him. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start off by using a normal combo. He actually hit me for once. Calm down. Good job, Koozai. We're going to start off by using a normal combo against him. He's going to go down, which is a shame, because I would have liked to have actually just hit him with the Essence of the Beast. There we go. Essence of the Beast Atomic. Which is going to do just over 1 entire HP bar's worth of damage. I am using a bit too many hits, I think. I'm going to have to hold off on that. We'll just use this because everyone's kind of close together, which is nice. I'm just going to use the wagon, fuck it. He's on the floor. It's nice and quick, does a decent amount of damage. The old strap, the charge. There we go. That was an okay Koozai. I'll take that. Not the greatest. I can do better than that, but we'll take it. I know my PB had a very bad Koozai there. Considering I just saved a minute. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, that is the end of Kiryu's normal chapters. Now we have 2 final ones for Majima. It's a little quicker to run up to the Champion District rather than Taxi here, so we're going to go and do that run now. Wish we had stamina free, but we'd have to buy a couple of the food items from the takoyaki stand. There's a fight spawn there, it should be fine. Hold my stamina and go behind them. Bye-bye. Just remember that's going to be in a glitch state of alert, so we have to be a little careful. Oh boy. That one wasn't glitched, thankfully, just the other one. If that one was glitched as well, we would have been in big trouble there. But we good. We good. Right. What was the last fight we had, Sarah? I needed to equip shotgun. I needed to equip shotgun. I'm gonna have to equip shotgun. How'd the prediction go? 7 shakedowns so far. So, you know, the 6+ won it quite easily. The thing is, we can't get shakedown as Majima in Kamurocho when you are the character in not their original city, so Kiwami in Sotenbori and Majima in Kamurocho. Then you won't find any sub-stories, you will not find any shakedown either. So that's the nice thing. We don't have shakedown to worry about until the finale. Who's alive? Okay. Okay. They just had to bleed out. They just had to bleed out. That's fine. Eventually it will bleed out. Alright, so I'm going to have to do, because I'm running out of dagger hits, I'm going to have to do old strats. I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way for the next 2 fights, and that's kind of terrifying. The new way's not that different, it just uses the knife heat attack instead of Slugger, but we just have to make sure our combos connect. So, Majima's here looking for Kiryu. Instead, we're going to find somebody absolutely terrifying. I'm going to find the absolute legend and the boss himself, Kashiwagi. Oh, baby. So this fight has one of the most scariest QTEs in the entire series, especially if you're playing on Legend difficulty. If you're doing a run on Legend and you haven't upgraded your max HP with Majima, congratulations, you're suicidal. The QTE, the mid-fight QTE in this fight, if you fail it with base Majima HP, does 7/8 of his HP bar on Legend difficulty. From full. So, you know, don't fuck up. So I want to push Kashiwagi towards a wall if possible. Makes it a little easier to keep him on the floor, combined with, of course, Nishtani's strap. So I really do not want to see Kashiwagi at any HP above killable HP after his QTE. That's early. Fuck. Okay, that's bad. I'm surprised that's actually considered early, to be honest. Well, you have less time to react to that on Legend difficulty. So the problem here is that Kashiwagi in Phase 2 has a nasty counter and basically just fucks you up. Hence why you really want to destroy him pre this phase. I got very, very lucky that I did enough damage beforehand. Ugh. That fight can go horrifically wrong. Speaking of things that can go horrifically wrong, the next fight. The next fight is unfortunate in that there is a glitch that can happen. If this glitch happens, the next boss, who is going to be Nishiki, he is not going to transition to his second phase. This is going to make things a little awkward. Because he can break from anywhere from like 5 seconds to an entire minute. Which is annoying. It's very, very annoying. Now, I'm going to have to do, again, old strats because I don't have enough dagger hits. So, once again, small enclosed space, lots of furniture. It is, of course, time for breaker. I don't like that he went this way because all the furniture is now not going to go over to him. Oh, you did not care. Well, this is bad. That might put him in the glitch state. This is going to be worrying. I just want to do more damage before second phase, which might not happen. Yeah, just going to get straight up. Well, I got the quick QT transition, but here's the thing. Nishiki has an exceptionally nasty counter, and there's actually a second mid-fight QTE that you can completely avoid if we do enough damage to him here. Of course. Don't mess this one up, otherwise he's gonna heal. Bad Nishiki fight. Awful Nishiki fight. Free heal. Thanks, Nishiki. He's got so much hyper armor in this phase. Bad Nishiki fight. Very bad. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. If I could have pushed him into the furniture would have broken his guard for me, and then I would have been able to keep him, like, locked until, like, he was on 1 HP, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. He hyper-armored me. That sucks. Very, very awful Nishiki fight. Shame. It's one of the harder fights to do in the run. At least with old strats, that is. That's 6. Never mind. Never mind. It's the end of the chapter anyway. So I'm holding my stamina because there's no enemies outside, which means there will be an enemy in here of some variety. That was the enemy. Thankfully, it's not one of those that, like, aggro's onto you. It's one of those you have to bump into. Terrible, Nishiki. That sucks. If I had another dagger, we'd be able to go a lot quicker here. Still managed to save 10 seconds because of the shotguns in the first fight. And now for the last normal chapter of the game before the finale. Oh, boy. Monetary reward for anybody who can find out how to run in this section without using any out-of-game hacks or codes or anything like that. So, Makoto is starting to get her eyesight back, which means she can walk on her own, which means this bit is slow. Every so often, and it's completely random, she is going to fall over like this. Wait for it. Like that. Completely random. So, you'll see on the minimap that we are the shape of an arrow or a chevron. Once we are a certain length away, aka more than 1 chevron, she is going to teleport to us, provided we're not looking at her. If you're looking at her, you have to wait for her to run to you. Now, the only times she won't fall over are these times right here whilst there is dialogue going on. After that, she is free to fall over whenever she likes. Like so. So, watch the minimap. She does not have enough time in that time where she's been fallen over to catch up to us. So, provided that you are not looking at her, she will teleport to you instead. That's technically the speed tech here. And now we walk again. Now we walk again. That's an early fall over, I don't like that. I want her to fall over for the second time after the pachinko parlor here, because sometimes she can get caught on the barker and the boxes here, causing an extra teleport. Causing more time loss. Thankfully she won't fall over here. Fairly certain this is actually a rare conversation to get. You don't usually get this one. You usually just get the one about the takoyaki one around this corner. That's a nice one. She's going to fall over at some point soon. She's definitely going to... Yeah, there it is. So again, watch the minimap. She's going to join us momentarily. There you go. Fun fact here, this bit looks like you can cut the corner here on the right. No, you can't. In the old engine, even though we are very much smaller than this gap here, you can't walk through that gap. You have to go around. If we were on the Dragon engine, you could just go through that. But no. But no. Yeah, so we have a conversation for the first shop. It's random. It's really weird, isn't it? I can't remember the last time I actually had it, so... Yeah. And yeah, it is a lot of gold. The new route is good. I've not been playing well because this has been a derust at the same time. So yeah. 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 Yes, I only get gold apart from that one red that we got earlier. It's still visible on the splits. Alright, so we're gonna get some fresh takoyaki from Makoto. There's not much to say in this part. It literally is just go get takoyaki. Avoid everybody on the way. Speak to the lovely lady serving us the food. And off we go. So again, that takoyaki acts like the takoyaki earlier that is a key item. So you can't buy any takoyaki early. And Makoto's gone. Of course she is. So with that, we're going to go and start the last events of Majima's normal chapters. So we're going to have to run through Kamurocho. This is one of the reasons why we used to get cash confetti, is because obviously Majima has a lot more running to do. This is why stamina level 3 would be great, but it's not something you usually get here. I still don't know whether it's worth going to the shrine here and getting stamina level 3. I think it might be, but we're only really running for this bit, so... I'm seeing no fight spawns. There's one. So there's going to be one inside for sure. So I'm holding my stamina. You can actually see it. It's the one with the subtitles here. So that's good. Cool. Never enough takoyaki. Alright, Inamis. Again, I'm really hoping for her anniversary. If there's one thing that I really want Hololive EN to do as like an anniversary good, I want a art book of Ina's art. Like, I don't care if it's just the ones that she's posted on Twitter or whatever. An art book of Ina's art would sell fucking bucket loads. And it really would. And the fact that, you know, she is probably the big drawer of Holo EN and is a big thing of her character, I'd really like to hope that they would just do a big, nice, like, actual art book of her art. Like, it doesn't even have to be art that she hasn't done, but just have, like, a couple of pieces in there, like, that she's never released before or something. Just, even if it's just of the Hololive members themselves, if it's just, like, not original art, just an art book from Ina would be an amazing anniversary good. Because I know a lot of people wanted to get the beanbag for her birthday, and whew, the shipping on that fucking thing. Whew. I think people were saying it's easily the most expensive item for shipping out of any good ever. But it is an entire beanbag, so, you know. I think for me here, the shipping for it would cost more than the actual product itself. I don't exactly have room for a beanbag anyway. I mean, listen, I've had this chair for 15 years. It's already breaking. I like this fight now. It goes real damn quick. That dressing gown is now on my back, causing me problems. Good. Good. But yeah, like, it just... Something that I would like from the Ina's, like, 1-year anniversary when it comes up is just, you know, an art book. A nicely, like, it doesn't even have to be, like, leather-bound or anything like that. Just a nicely, like, collated, put-together art book would be fantastic. Like, and it would go so well with her character as well. Like, it would be really, really nice. Good fight spawn in the Vincent Crossroads. We take these. Hey, Barrow, hope you're having a good evening tonight. Right. Any collector's edition Yakuzas? Yes. A lot. I have the steelbooks for K1 and K2. I have the Yakuza 6 limited edition. I was supposed to get the Pix and Love Yakuza 7 edition, but that got lost in the mail and they never gave me a refund, so... Fuck Pix and Love. Never ordering from them again. Smiling emoji.
Majima? うっさいわボケ。え？お前らに構ってる暇はないんや。道明けなチーム
How many shotgun shots do I have? 3? Because I started the last one with Wall 6 and used 3, so I think it's 3.
さっさとどかんかいボケが！
Well, I assume you got it at least, whereas I am still without limited edition. Oh, we have plenty of spare weapons, holy shit. Go ham. Go ham. Let's go. God, this chapter goes so fast now. The walking segment is longer than the fighting segments in this chapter now. That's the ridiculous thing. Shotguns, am I right? Stop. I can't because of thingy, but I am going to put this on ahead of time. I got 3 knife hits though. I can't because I don't have the dagger hits. I actually do. No, wait, I do. Wait, I should have. No, I'm going to save it for the gun guy. Fuck the gun guy. No, no, no. Saving it for gun guy. Yeah, fuck gun guy. Hi. Sir? Yeah, I'm saving it for gun guy. Absolutely. It's now bonus. Bonus money. Heck yeah. It's been time to process. Listen, I gotta use more of that money to buy more shotguns in my future, alright? Alright, finale time. It's almost 2 minutes of time save, Jesus Christ. Jesus. I remember when we were struggling to get sub 350. I remember those days. Oh boy. What was my last fight with Kiryu? Koozai. Is my dagger or my... No, my dagger isn't. No, my dagger is on. Not my shotgun. No, my shotgun is on. Because I used EOT... I don't remember. I do use more splits because I'm an idiot. I always used more splits here. It's fine. And yeah, I need to manually split everything here. Beforehand, I was always curious as to how long the finale took. You don't need to add the optional auto splits because I don't use all the optional ones myself. So remember that payphone I told you to remember, chat? If you look at a minimap, we have to go find a payphone. You can see that there's multiple on the map that are currently lit up. But we don't want to use any of them because there's one payphone that is closer to our goal and our destination, and would you believe it? It's now on the map. It is indeed the one inside of Little Asia. I hate trying to move around in here. I really do. Yep, this one works, and we are meeting Sarah at Elder Chen's restaurant. So there you go. You got a dagger? Yeah, we just go back to the oldie strats. Do we use shotgun on the sofa guy outside of the boat, or do we still do brawler attack? I assume still brawler attack. Ah! Hatred for this bit. Chapter 14 when it crashed. Allow me to make a massive assumption, Abs. You're on a Ryzen 7. Correct? Outside brawler, inside shotgun. Okay, cool. That was what I was thinking. Chem Gen i7. Interesting. The reason I said that is because there is a very, very, in the speedrun scene, infamous problem with K2's PC port, where Ryzen 7s always crash after a certain period of time, and it's usually in Chapter 14, at the exact same place. That's interesting, because there's not been a lot of Intel crashes. I've blue screened from K2 twice. I have blue screen from K2 twice. Which is, you know, bloody great. Also, I don't remember what Yuki's route was here, so I'm just gonna go the old-fashioned way. I assume it's to the top path rather than this pathway, because this has more twists and turns. not like there's many other pathways you can go. That's highest quality piece of all time. Excuse me, that's Yakuza 6. Somehow has more problems than K2's. It's a shame. East and South, yeah. Ooh, hello. God, I paid attention to the video game real quick. Right, here comes the fun part. If I can do this bit right, we can end this fight very, very quickly. There's a strat that involves the motorbike, and I'm fairly certain I figured out where the extra damage comes from, and that's because the actual motorbike itself goes from one phase to the next. I'm fairly certain it does 2 hits of damage because of that, which is dumb and it shouldn't work like that, but it does. So. Does K2C have the most issues? Yes. Yes. My Fluke instance. Usually people with Intels don't actually get that many crashes. There's somebody else who ran the game who got a crash around the same time. If you do get crashes there, that's the entire reason why we have the pause ruling, is because of the Ryzen 7 crash at the exact same place. Ironically enough. It's at the exact same place. Alright, so here's how we do Koozai. Go back here, we grab this sign, hit Koozai with it 4 times. Yes, and so the base torment. Good old Koozai strats. Took us a long time to come up, please. Rush on over here. There is a big old motorbike. Good damage. Oh yeah. And this should be, if I've done this right, the double damage hit, because we have 1 hit on the motorbike left before it becomes broken. So what we're going to do when coming out of this is we're going to do a strong attack, and it should hit Koozai twice. Shame I didn't do just enough damage beforehand, but yep, that's it. That's why it works. Okay, you need to fucking stop. You gonna taunt me when you were 1 hit? Bastard. Shame that the actual end of the fight didn't go that great, but yeah, that's the reason why when you have 1 hit left on the normal motorbike before it changes over to the broken version, when you do the strong attack, it hits twice. It hits 1 hit for the normal and then 1 hit for the broken. That's why. That is why. I had a suspicion that was why, and I'm glad. A piece of grass? Jesus. I thought there was a spider in my room for a second there, but I think it's a piece of grass. No, I should have taken my shoes off before I came in. God damn it. Alright. Well, there should be a gold split coming up here, no matter what. Should. This used to be an insanely hard split to run against. Will be again, of course, but like, goddamn, getting this next bit well, or doing this next bit correctly without shotguns before was very insanely hard. Very insanely hard. Also, when we were running here, that was the last time Shakedown could have turned up, and he didn't. So, yeah, he turned up, what, 6 times today? Same, Nick, same. And I live near a forest. So I get lovely forest spiders. 7? 7. Good. Not better luck, completely new route. Completely new route. Which obviously goes way faster. Alright, let's do this. Finally time. So the other important thing is you're not allowed to come out of the Koozai fight by using a heat attack. You need to save your heat for the start of this set piece right here. I need to pay attention real quick. I gotta listen out for shots from pistols. Still 1 more. Listen out for it. That's beast. That's beast. Just trying to hit all of these together because of my lack of shots. You're still alive. Yeah, I'll just take him out. It's fine. No, nowhere near world record pace. Couple of minutes off world record pace. I tried to change to rush and it didn't change? That's bizarre. That's very bizarre. Wait. Hey, barrel guy. This guy's getting shot. And I'm getting a new shot now. Barrel. Nice shot dodge. Hey, by the way, remember, I have no healing items. 345 is in loadless or real time? Because loadless is the one that's going to matter as of this point. These guys impervious to bullets, so you know the drill, just do the usual. I'm just going to hit him the last hit. Well, my HP is a little worrying right now. Yeah, not on the board. Yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine. Not worried. Not in the slightest. Give me these fucking healing items. Thank you. I'm just gonna heal right the fuck now. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Cool. Cool. Not worried. Not in the slightest. Nope. Not in the slightest. Nope. Real good. Nope. Real good. Everything's just fine. Everything's peachy. I don't remember if these guys are shotgunnable or not, but I'm gonna shotgun them anyway. Yes, they are. Fuck you, Goshi. Do your taxes. I hope you've all remembered to do your taxes. Fun fact about this part. Remember when we were in a similar staircase earlier and we had to kill the enemies? Here? No. No, we just go. It's nice that we don't have to rely on not knocking the gun through the floor anymore. Shit, I got too close again. Stop! That's what I was worried about. Fuck me. Just, hey, you. On out of them! It would help if I was paying attention to the video game. Fuck you. Also, fuck you. What hell? Fuck this man. Hey, bud. Seriously? Okay. Thank you. Now I have one dagger left for Wano and one dagger left for Lao Wei. Good. And then. Cool. Whew. Good. Good. Now the rest of the fights go pretty much the same way they used to, except that instead of doing a instead of doing a Slugger heat move, we now use a knife instead. So.
元島の海
Yeah.
真島五郎か18人殺しの冴島大河の兄弟分
Not to block with the dagger. Yeah. It's the thing I've been worried about for a while. That's why I've not been whipping it out. So I was worried about in that fight, with how aggressive that man is. What, you don't like old man Wano grunting sounds? When you get to his age, you know, your joints are a bit rusty. You know? Alright, so we're going to start this the same way we usually start this fight, in that we're going to attempt to get a Wano into the corner where the furniture is. This is going to take a little bit of trickery and a little bit of setup. So we're going to move him over this way. That's a little to the left. So I'm going to have to try and reposition him over here. The guards are unfortunate, but hey. That's it for the dagger. If I need a heat move, it's Slugger from now on. That's bad. I do not want to see a second phase early. Please break your guard, thank you. If you think I'm letting you up, you got another thing coming. I'm absolutely not wanting to see you at bloody high HP for second phase. Uh-oh, I am. Shit. Okay. Shit. I dropped a Wano, that's bad. That's really bad. It's really, really bad. I did this one on purpose because I knew that would do damage. Oh yeah, split. Have to split manually. Neat. 2 minutes time save. Shotgun's good. Alright, so. Same again with Lao Gui. We're going to push him in the exact same corner. Here's the nice thing. This is my movement hand. I'm not going to use this. We don't actually have to move at all for Lao Gui. He is perfectly positioned to go completely backwards the second this fight begins. I still have to do this fight well, mind you. This fight still causes problems. Yakuza 0 blindfolded run. Possible with all these shotguns now. God. Either way. Again, don't move. And then push him in the corner. I didn't get there in time. Shit! That's a problem. Alright, put the dagger away because you can't heat attack straight away. So this is the bad phase because Lao Gui has both gun and sword. That's cheap. Also, he doesn't like to go down in this phase, so I'm gonna have to hold dagger until like the end. Boy, that's early. Fuck, you know. I hate dropping Lao Gui in this fight. I just have to find a time to use it in this fight. I really hate dropping Lao Gui. So Lao Gui is now going to act like Neo from the Matrix and start running up walls and jumping all over the place. We hopefully will not have that happen. I'm also probably going to try and, hello, stab him. Furniture also helps, obviously. Nice, he got me with that. Lost time, that's fine. Actually, I saved 3 seconds, but I didn't gold. Alright, final fight. This final fight's gonna go the same way it always goes. There's a reason why I healed before this. We tank a lot of hits. I love this strat for Shibasao, I really do. This took a long time for me to figure out, and I'm so glad. Like, this fight flows pretty smoothly, honestly. It's really nice. So we're gonna begin. One normal attack. Hit him twice while he's down. Excellent to the base of Torment. This is going to put him perfectly HP value-wise into his second phase. This is going to be his beast phase. This is the entire reason as to why this fight is scary and why you need to heal. I love doing this strat on Legend, it's so fucking terrifying. I feel like I'm a little sadistic, you know? Do it correctly, we get our heat back to full. We're going to try and grab the table, which we did not grab. The table has the most damage out of all of your objects in this fight. You can use a heat attack with it, which is pretty decent. Just remember, you are going to need heat in the final part. That's early. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. So, we need to get Shiba-san down to 1 HP. We already know the Essence to be Sonnet does a little over 1 HP bar's worth of damage, which means we have an entire HP bar to do against Shiba-san. This is a lot higher HP than I would like in this fight. That is fine. Also, it's one of the only fights that doesn't start with the camera behind you. You can get a free combo off against Shiba-sawa from the beginning. Dodge so that you can carry on. He got me. Shame. Sometimes a perfect guard is necessary. Right, that should be enough. Reason why we do this is if we get him down to 1 HP, it skips an entire phase of the final QTE. This should be enough. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Like, this should do the damage down to 1. Yep. Should skip. So basically, this will, if this is done correctly, this will skip an entire second round of the MASH QTE. And this will go straight into the final QTE press. Yep. Good. That's it. And that is it. Not bad. Not bad.